to guide you through the undertow. From tales of love lost and battles won, to secrets that hide when the day is done. We'll paint the night with stories so stark. Welcome to Family Law After Dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark. The lawyer's voice smooth like leather, piecing lives only he can tether. In the sultry jazz lounge, let the wisdom flow. Feel the rhythm in the late night glow. Through custody tangles and alimony strife, he navigates the drama of everyday life. With a wry wink and a cheeky remark, let's unravel family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark.
Well, happy Friday to everybody. This is Omar Serrano with the Tilted Lawyer podcast. I'm joined by Schnitzel Ninja.
Hello.
With her updated logo, it looks like. What is your...
Yeah, I logged in on the wrong browser the last time.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I did that before. And Brad looking awfully red with his shirt.
Yeah.
What looks why does this look different?
Power Rangers?
No, it's either Evangelion or Gundam, but I got it in a loot crate like 5 years ago or something.
A loot crate. I remember those things from like a decade ago. Mm-hmm. What did you get from them? What did you get in those things?
This one, I think my wife got me a Gundam crate for my birthday like 5 years ago, and this was the shirt that came in it.
Is that code for something?
No, it's just anime things.
Oh, I don't speak that language, sir. It's like that is just well, I can't even talk. It's foreign territory for me.
It's all good.
Why does your room look different, Brad?
Because the sun is setting, so the sun is backlighting against my wall here. So once it actually gets behind the houses there, everything will get itself figured out.
But don't we usually stream at this time?
Well, yeah, but it's getting summertime, so you get more sun.
Later.
It was like 100 degrees today over here in SoCal. What's up, Rob? How you doing, man? Oh, Rob can't hear me, maybe.
Rob. No, I can.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Magic buttons. My fat finger magic buttons, you know.
Rob, never do that again. That was creepy as fuck.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Rob is filling in for Bruce, who is playing with dragons, he told me. It's a video game.
He's not traveling yet?
No.
He's still packing. He said he was packing the pods and whatnot.
I told him that I'd help him move, but I'm all the way over here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why it's good to offer, because I
got my truck too. Like, just so you know, I would have, but you know, distance and all. Anyway, so there's been an update with the Lively case, and I'm not going to get too deep into it because all of it is like really speculative right now. But Taylor Swift, I don't know how much you guys have been following the Lively Baldoni case, but really early on, there was this throwaway line where something about Blake Lively talking about she has all the dragons. And then Taylor Swift's camp got they got really upset with her. It's like, hey, we are not your dragon. We ain't nobody's dragons. What?
They're like, I write you, bitch.
I'll be dragging you into court. You keep talking like that.
She was like, look, I'm the best thing that ever happened to your life. I don't know if you guys saw that clip running around. There's other stuff that's been going on. Like there's a whole new motion to dismiss. I had a nice chat with Without a Crystal Ball, and she was asking questions about it, but her questions were hilarious. They're like, I don't understand why the law is so complicated with this stuff. And then my answer to her was, I mean, well, otherwise they wouldn't have any need for lawyers. We got to overcomplicate it.
It's been developed over 700 years, so.
Oh, longer than that, like the Magna Carta prior to that.
Well, no, I'm talking like British common law starting in the 1300s.
Where do you think? Well, I guess.
Okay, Brad. Okay.
Let's not pick the fly shit out of the pepper.
But I'm right, though.
I forgot what I was like. Oh, she also asked me, I just don't understand why they're just being such dicks. And I was like, look, it just appears to me that these two particular litigating bodies really don't like each other. There's a lot of bad blood. Friedman went for their throats.
Say we got bad blood.
Oh, that is a Taylor Swift song. I was like, what is she singing? Yeah, there's a lot of bad blood.
Bad enough so that YouTube doesn't pick it up as a copyright.
Oh.
I don't think you sang enough of it, so you should be okay.
Well, she certainly didn't sing it in key. So
not in key. That's exactly how you say it.
Like an octave lower, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. She also wanted to know, well, why are they being such dicks? And the answer to that was obviously, I mean, they just look, I feel like Lively's side has taken a lot of punishment throughout this litigation, even though if you look at the litigation scoreboard, they're basically neck and neck. They're even. Nothing is really affected either side of the case. If anything, there's all of these motions to dismiss the Baldoni side of things, the Wayfarer parties side of things. And the Wayfarer parties have largely been unimpressed, like whatever. They've amended their complaints. They lodged a new complaint. I ran through it earlier today. It was nothing spectacular. I was even going to plan to do like a whole stream just on that motion, but nah. For what, man? On a Friday? That seems like more like a Monday or a Tuesday thing, you know?
Yeah,
It's supposed to be super chill, or Friday's supposed to be super chill with Flat and other stuff. I was even planning
Omar, doesn't it just fall into both sides feel they're right, so they're going to fight to the death?
No,
not necessarily. No,
not this case. Nope. I think that
that's not my stance either. I believe one side can prove everything, as we've seen, have brought a lot to the table. The other side is fighting tooth and nail to win.
Well,
hopefully. You know what I mean?
Put it this way: when you are litigating the losing side, as I suspect the Sloan parties and the Lively parties feel like they are, you litigate angrily, you litigate harder. And so these, we're not going to give them extensions on discovery breaks. We're not going to give them an inch. We're going to 12B6 every single little thing. We're going to do all of this stuff to make their lives miserable and whatever. That's how you litigate when you're losing the case. And I guess to put it succinctly, my answer to Without a Crystal Ball was they're litigating like a couple of bitches. Just full stop. They feel like they're losing the case. They feel like they're definitely losing the PR battle. That whole Blake Lively stunt at her awards ceremony where she tries to position herself as like this champion of women's rights. I had so many people write to me about that, about how they were pissed at her for trying to make, based on her allegations in this lawsuit, to make her somehow a victim of the same things that they've been through.
Right.
And be like a champion, leading the way, leading the charge, and speaking up for women. It's like, get out of here with all of that. Like almost full stop, woman to woman.
That's PR. right? Like, look what I believe, I understand. There's voices out there haven't been heard. What has she done about it? You know what I'm saying?
It's
Actions speak
backfired on
louder
her.
than words.
Yeah, so she goes on, and they haven't really gotten too in depth into much of that. They dance around the issue. No interview I've seen her give, she's been asked pressing questions, and obviously she wouldn't answer pressing questions. I just know that people are pissed at her because of the optics of it all. And when you have that side, you get angry. And it comes out in some of the rhetoric and the motions that you've seen lately. Is it going to change the outcome? No, not really. I think that the Friedman attorney group is competent enough to handle what they've thrown out there. But Taylor Swift being subpoenaed is a little bit of a game changer because she was subpoenaed specifically by Friedman for the sole purpose of basically she's going to be a witness for them. She never sat foot on the set. She was present during one interview. And what I'm guessing she's going to say is basically things that are in direct contradiction to Lively's claims. And the fact that Swift is already pissed off to begin with because she was likened to a dragon that was owned by Lively when it was clearly the reverse. I mean, I don't know who the bigger star is. Well, obviously, if I know who Taylor Swift is, it would be her. I'm just saying Taylor Swift did not take kindly to that attempt at reversing the, I don't know, not the patriarchy, never mind. Reversing the order of operations, so to speak. How about that?
Yeah, it's like a fight, right? And, bring your friends in to help fight your battle.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's going to go and fight for you or with you,
I mean, it's not like they don't have a really strong they have, look, they're close friends, or they have been historically. I don't know how close. I don't know these people. She is the godmother to her children. She's been dragged into this because Lively name dropped her in the lawsuit, referred to Swift and Reynolds as her dragons. And then Swift is like, what? Dragons to who? If anything, you're a dragon. And then here we are. So she's going to testify about her knowledge, particularly regarding the use of her song that was used in the film's trailer. That was a thing. And then I suspect that she's going to testify into her experience on the set, or lack thereof, and the interview that she witnessed with Reynolds and Lively and cast members present. And what does this mean for the case? Well, it could be devastating to the extent that she will serve as a witness to events that Lively directly testified to. The fact that she's a percipient witness to those things and contradicts it will affect Lively's credibility, as I suspect many other witnesses will. But we'll see. That's the big Blake Lively update. Yeah, I was going to do a whole thing about motions, but nobody wants to talk about 12B6 motions on a Friday, do y'all?
No, not
particularly.
really. I just like Rule 26, but that's just me.
No, I'm over Rule 26. You know who else is over Rule 26?
What is that again?
The entire state of Arizona.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's no Rule 26 in a criminal court.
Federal Rule 11.
Yeah, I was also planning another political stream with Brad, but
Can you imagine how fucked he would get by the court if he actually tried to try like a criminal case? They'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like, who is this guy? Who let him in here? I don't know, man. The truth is, it's really not that hard to litigate criminal cases. That's what she said. But you have to have a certain temperament, and Gingras is not it.
No.
He's the last person. Your defense attorney has to be likable. If you're not likable, then you're already lost half the battle.
The temperament of a kindergartner.
Yeah, he does. Civil court is perfect for him because nobody cares. You can do bench trials and whatever. But then when you like bring bar complaints against the judges and all, I mean, come on, man. even if he keeps his law license at this point, like what is his name going to mean when judges see him on the dockets for the day?
Also, I just want to point out again that case he had with the dirty, he didn't win that appeal. Like technically they won the appeal, but it wasn't because of him. It was because of Facebook, Google, Microsoft, etc. All of these companies coming forward and saying like, whoa, if this ruling stands, it's going to change the precedent for like online shit and we're going to be held responsible and we can't have that. And that's why they ruled the way they did.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
Also, to tease Monday night's live stream, I'm going to be streaming at 9 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be past Brad's bedtime. But I was planning a live stream to discuss the erosion of due process in America and how it's really nothing new. It's nothing.
Habeas corpus. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, but that's nothing new either. They tried that shit. Like they started with that back in 1860.
Yeah, it was,
and then Brad knows all about it. So I'm really anxious to do that stream with Brad. But I told Brad I was not going to jump down his ass. Like as soon as the thing started, like last time, I'm trying to like make it where I don't know. I'm going to try to listen to things.
It can be an engaging conversation without me feeling like I need to go sit on a bag of ice at the end of the day.
We need temperature and we need prepared questions and then we need moment timers and
yeah. So I'll probably go through my 30-minute intro and just say what I got to say and they have Brad come in and like opine on things. But just know, Brad, I'm coming in with history and facts and stuff and law and things. It'll be a lot of fun.
Brad's going to cancel at the last minute.
Well,
He already said he's starting at 9 o'clock Pacific. That's past my bedtime.
To Brad's credit, man, every time I've asked him to have a talk with me, he's done it. And so I give him a lot of credit for that. He's got a lot of cojones. Arguing immigration law with a former immigration attorney.
As a non-lawyer.
As a non-lawyer. It takes a lot, man. And so he's already, if we're talking about immigration law, he's outgunned, but he also has things that he knows about and things he believes, and I try to respect those as best I can when I'm not angry.
Well, I noticed that you like that. You want to hear from the public, right? That kind of thing, like our perspective, and then you talk about the legal perspective. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, lawyers are the least trustworthy.
Yeah.
If you're trying to gain perspective into what the actual people think.
Yeah.
It's best to talk to people that are actually affected by the things that you're litigating, because they are the ones, in a criminal case anyway, that will be the arbiters of truth and justice. In this case, it's supposed to be a democracy where the people are supposed to be the arbiters of what constitutes law and democracy and the Constitution. And seemingly, when you have an administration that is hell-bent on destroying it, and every time they ask them a question, like, it's so weird. Like, why is it got to be like so incendiary every single time? Like his press secretary, every time you ask him like this benign question, hey, so what did the president have for dinner? He had chicken and rice, and you know what? He's authorized to do that, and he did do that. And because he's authorized to do so, he's done it. And the people voted him in, and so he's going to have chicken and rice if he wants to. It's like, okay. I mean, a simple.
I just answered it was dinner.
Jesus Christ! Like, why is she so defensive on every single little stupid question? I got other opinions about her, but I'm gonna. It's flat night, so let's try to refrain and have some fun. By the way,
late for
that. What are y'all lubricating with? I got some Templeton Rye, and it is delightful. I'm reminded about why it is one of my favorite whiskeys.
Bush Light.
Oh,
Of course, you would be drinking that.
What do you mean, of course?
Oh my god!
I
I'm
played
having
cards
bourbon.
last night and got served a couple of margaritas with I don't remember the full name, but it had 1800 written on the label, like Zorzara 1800. Is that a type of tequila? Kicked my ass, I'll tell you that.
Sounds.
But I did learn something, Omar, just so you know. And I don't know the
U.S.
real
farmed wheat, certified by the.
healthy. Nice.
Well, no, it's ensuring Americanness in the products that we purchase.
Well,
Cristalino Añejo Tequila.
That's not bourbon.
That's the 1800 tequila.
It is? Okay, good. Thanks. It was really good. Smooth. but I don't do the sodium, so I don't do salt on it. So it was kind of just on the rock. Yeah, but I did learn that September 5th of last year, the Ninth District Court of Appeals passed a ruling that mug shots cannot be posted online because it's prejudicial prior to them anybody being convicted. And I just read that up, and I was surprised because I know somebody and I got their picture offline, you know what I mean, a year ago. But I didn't know that was something that I just learned this week.
But that's not controlling across the country.
Is it not across the board, you mean?
Yeah, it's only in the 9th district.
Okay, gotcha. But all the counties here, they went specifically for Maricopa because there was a person who felt embarrassed, ashamed, and impacted his work life. And I'm like, where have we heard that before?
Your non-existent work life.
Yeah, exactly.
Where did Omar say he's going? What is he doing?
Filling his
I think he's
drink
making a poopy.
Oh. Or both.
Or both.
Taking a constitutional.
Yeah.
So,
He's got to make himself a fresh drink. That's what it is. He's gotta prep.
so that means Laura's mugshot can't be posted online.
Kind of what I was getting at, because I think people are going to be wanting it and looking at it and using it. And I don't think
100%.
we'll find it. Even after the indictment, it won't matter. The arraignment, it has
What
to
if
be
it has a
collected over.
Snapchat filter on it?
Well, someone I've been talking to
You
said
can always
that they're
blur
gonna.
a picture out.
It's subpoenable, or not subpoenable.
Yes.
It's FOIAble,
Mhm.
but it's not going to be automatically released.
Right.
What are you on about right now?
Laura's
mugshot.
incoming mugshot.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no. If Donald Trump can't get his mugshot stricken, I can't imagine she's going to be successful at that.
Well, no. Apparently, the 9th District Court of Appeals issued a ruling about mugshots being prejudicial prior to a conviction. So, at least controlling in the 9th District, they no longer automatically post mugshots.
Nah, you'll just make a request or whatever. It'll be fine. Somebody will figure it out. Anyway, after my microphone malfunction, should we get into Vlad?
Did you do your super chat?
No. And thank you for reminding me. I was gonna. Jess Ricardo says, hello, lovelies. Let's have some fun tonight. Hell yeah. I'm so ready to have some fun.
I love Ricardo.
It's been a long week, man. It has been a long week.
You got another one.
Yeah. Redondo says, I have thoughts on lack of due process, especially in LA County. If you like another voice on that. I know Redondo has thoughts on due process specifically. I know she does. I know a little bit about her backstory. And hey, I stand with Redondo. And then Millennial Mom. The quote to TMZ makes it seem like Taylor is pissed at Justin. Blake claimed Taylor was her dragon. Will Taylor get out of being subpoenaed? No.
Nope.
No chance. When you're subpoenaed, if you don't show up, there are penalties.
Like Mike Maricini showing up?
But
Well,
that
in
was
a
a special situation.
In a
because we had
federal
principal
case,
involved.
it's different than in a state subpoena.
Gingerbread is such a fucking idiot. Can I
I'm
just
just making a little joke.
All right. He totally was. Aquaneto says, it's Vlad and I'm lubricated. Hell yeah.
I like
Let's
it.
go. What's that, like a little bit of Merlot? And that's a full glass. Jesus. That is not a gentle pour. That's
Just
like
like
half
a
a
lot.
bottle.
It's the best kind.
That's a 3-finger pour of wine.
Oh, that's like a mega
Or
pint.
a fistful.
I said a 3-finger pour.
Oh.
But you could fit
Nipples
your
are
fist.
Yeah, the tequila went down, but not the white wine. What's wrong with that?
Samantha Aparicio, holy shit. It's pretty epic that I rolled into this live and you're discussing Taylor Swift. Samantha Aparicio used to be my paralegal
Dang.
way back in the day, like a decade ago.
Wow.
How you doing, young lady? And she is contributing a 5. Yeah, she is back when would that have been? Like 2015, 2016? Back then she was taking this paralegal class and I told her it was a fucking waste of time. Paralegal for what? Just do what I tell you to do. I will teach you how to be a paralegal. You don't need a class to go to do whatever.
Man, go be a lawyer. Not do what I say.
Oh, it's good to hear from Samantha. I suspect she still lives in California with her husband and all of those things. She's a good lady, man. And if you're, well, I don't think that I seriously doubt she's out of work, but she's seriously like one of the best paralegals in the state of California. Full stop. So how about that?
Well, we'll leave it at that.
Also, so we're starting this show. Schnitzel told me that, hey, your undershirt is like a foul. Like, what do you mean? It's like, well, I mean, I guess the gray and the white don't go. It doesn't matter.
No, just with the unbuttoned shirt, and then you have a shirt covering what you unbuttoned.
Oh, yeah?
It's a little like lackluster, I'll say.
I have my proverbial tie in honor of Omar, just so you know.
Nice.
So when I was in the military, we had this drill sergeant who's an older guy, and he wore his undershirt, but he had so much chest hair that it was literally poking out the top.
Yeah.
And it looked awful.
I don't know. Some people find that attractive. Some people like to dive into a hairy
Now I
bush.
understand.
It's just a garden of chest hair. Sometimes.
Ask Chad about your shirt. See if I'm the only one.
Chad? Who's Chad?
Chat.
Oh, Chad.
Oh, the chat.
Was it a party foul? You have the gray undershirt. I'd also like to point out that it's like 90 degrees outside.
So take it off.
Yeah.
Isn't it better with
You
No,
would.
I think that tie is making you sweat.
It's totally the science.
Yeah, just take the bath. It's that hot out.
All right, man. Let's go do some Flad. This person.
Wonder says yes, it was.
Well, shit.
The first person,
I've never been accused of
second
being
person.
fashionista. Rochelle Taylor says, yes, the stuff. Schnitzel.
Yours doesn't count, Snittle.
Cece says, yes, white undershirt only. But if you can't see it, who gives a shit? I guess you could see it, though. So
You can only see it when you. Oh well.
Well, Schnitzel wins. How about that? Schnitzel's the winner.
If you're collared, then it doesn't show.
Did you all catch the Laura Owens role play that Schnitzel did?
Oh, it was great.
I meant to watch that.
Great.
Tremendous job.
I could tell you were quiet at moments because you're trying to think through how to come back.
I had such a headache like with this lady. My God.
I felt like such a tool, just so everyone knows.
It's like, you're right, Laura. You're the smartest person.
Tool, so it made sense.
But you're so smart that nobody's ever going to understand the depth of your truths. So you might as well plead.
But I'm right. I won't plead because I'm right. I know I'm right. I didn't lie.
When I was thinking back on it, though, I was like, okay, but like you like admitted to like 5 of these counts at trial. So what do you want to do with that?
She's gonna explain it
you
away. She's gonna say it's autism, that it's like pressure, that it's she didn't want people to know she was pregnant, which I guess is the actual reason I was wrong the other night. I guess it's actually because she didn't want the public to know she was pregnant. She didn't want people to know she was pregnant, so she changed the location.
Since when? She went to the effing sun.
Right?
The longest twin pregnancy I've ever heard of.
No wonder says, I was questioning Schnitzel the whole time, thinking she was the real Laura Owens. Yeah. There was even some people that said,
Oh, never. No, please.
I'm starting to feel sorry for Laura Owens. It's like, what?
And I wasn't even going that hard in because I didn't want it to seem like
No,
at the top.
you weren't going full ninja, I know.
Oh. The only thing that she didn't do was like announce that she was pregnant in the stream. So, by the way, so Bruce says, I only order Omar's bottle service if it comes with a sign that says, suck it, gingerbread. Well, that could be arranged. That could be arranged. Lauren Knighty is headed down here pretty soon in a couple of weeks. We're going to have to do a bottle service something.
Yeah, because she's going to Australia afterwards, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be here for a few days, and then we're supposed to do a race.
You know,
Swimming.
Just
We'll
play chess. Hell, 3 games of chess. Whoever wins.
That's not going to be a fair fight. That's less of a fair fight than me trying to beat her at swimming. It just is. You might as well arm wrestle.
I'm liking that one. You've mentioned it a few times.
I mean, I feel like Lauren's pretty strong. She seems like a strong lady.
Yeah, she does.
But I think I could take her. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. She might whoop my ass. I shouldn't be so confident in anything.
She 100% will.
And if she does, I will shake her hand and declare her the victor. I'm just saying that, look, if I win at anything, I'm going to be the poorest winner there's ever been. I will bring it up for the next 5 years to 10 years. I will be 50 years from now. I was like, hey, yeah. So you remember that one race? Yeah, I whooped your ass. How about that? What, you want to raise again? You got something to say? Oh, we'll see. No, she's gonna whoop my ass at swimming. She's a collegiate swimmer. What am I gonna do, man? It's not.
It's been a while though. That doesn't mean much. Unless you
I know how to swim to not drown, and that's about it. That's about it.
backstroke.
Well, there's that, and then there's treading water, and treading water is the worst thing in the world.
I
go
could
under.
tread water forever and
No.
ever and ever.
No, you don't want to tread water.
Well, how long is like an acceptable treading water time limit?
In the military, if you were doing your PT test, I think it was 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, well, I feel like I could do that. I feel like I could do at least a half hour.
Mine for like the first
No.
30 seconds, and then you're like, fuck my life.
Yeah, and you
Remember,
gotta practice hard to get those leg strength. in
Treading
there.
water is you are holding yourself up through arm kicks
yeah.
and waves.
So you're not allowed to
Breathe.
just float.
No, that's not. No, it's you have to do active
floating
muscle
device.
movements to
I take
keep
it
yourself afloat.
Yeah, you're right. That sounds like it sucks. No, I jumped in my Olympic size swimming pool at my HOA activity center. And I was trying to swim. And I was like, yeah, I'm not very fast at all. This sucks. I'm not looking forward to this. I was thinking of ways to try to get out of it. I was like, maybe she'll just forget. Nope. She posted like an Instagram story. Hey, we're racing for charity. He's like, wow, fucking hell.
Well, I heard the Wentworth thing that she's going to is starting a week early.
Uh-oh.
So she's gonna have to fly straight there.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give her a couple of really extra strength gummies. It's the only way to level the playing field. All right, folks, let's do some flat. How about this? This person wants to know how to move on. All right, I got to be an adult at some point. On
Start
this show.
walking, keep going.
Yes. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I don't know what to do with my boyfriend. I know maybe this isn't the platform, but I need some advice. I have been dating my boyfriend for a year now. When we started hanging out and going out, I genuinely didn't think we'd end up dating. That happens to a lot of girls, I feel like. I feel like a lot of girls
To
like
answer that.
what?
Well, am I supposed to answer that? Because I'm the only
No. Oh, I know. Well, I invited Anita, but she's blowing us off. Or she's asleep because it's like 3 in the morning over there.
I wouldn't blame her.
I would not blame her either. Also, I gave her a really late invite, as I did Rob. I told Rob, I was like, hey, we're going live in 5 minutes if you want to come on.
Remember when you did that to Patrick?
Oh, yeah.
Weigh in on case shit, and he was-
I just took a gummy. I got the time wrong. I feel like that was his fault, though. I can't
What
take
year
blame
is
for that.
yeah.
Oh, poor Steven.
Patrick, Steven,
Patrick, well, he goes by either or. Whatever you want to call him.
both.
Yeah, both. What do you go by, Brad?
Hmm?
Do you still do the goatee thing?
Yeah.
Do you even have a goatee? I got to take a closer look. Let me see.
hell?
Literally on his face.
Yeah.
That's an awesome title, IT Goatee. It just rolls off the tongue. I hope he never gives it up. I hope he needs
There
to
you go.
try
All right. My vision is not the best, sir. So don't blame it on me. It's just
Yeah, don't worry. I have one too, but you can't see it.
Schnitzel has one. Schnitzel also has a fashion faux pas that you can't see. So
That something other than that?
I don't want to know.
I don't know.
Do I know what it is?
I don't know what it is.
We were talking about bushes
Maybe
on
she's
Megan's stream
wearing-
yesterday.
A gray undershirt with a white t-shirt. How about that?
I'm wearing your sweatshirt. I wear it every Friday.
Oh, and 90-degree weather. Well, it's probably not 90 degrees.
Well, I will say I put it on at night for the stream.
Oh, just to
Cool.
get in the mode. To get in the mode.
Yep.
Redundant with the 5 says, I'd race you. I used to be a distance swimmer. Of course, I used to run marathons and half marathons as well. Now I only run if I'm being chased. Hey, touche. I also used to run marathons. I run 5 of them. I ran 5 LA marathons.
Wow.
And after I run the 5th one, it's like, what am I doing this for? This is dumb. I never ran it again.
I only run if I see the ice cream truck pulling away.
This is so boring. Like, why am I running? Oh, I mean, that was
I hate running. I broke my ankle in 5th grade.
running.
And no, I was going down a set of stairs and the heel of my shoe caught the stair and like snapped my ankle. But my ankle healed broken. So it x-rays broken, but they can tell it's an old break. But it doesn't feel great. And so running and having that constant like impact on it is painful. So I don't run. I weightlift. If and when I'm exercising, it will be more like weightlifting kind of stuff.
You know, I would say there was a poor choice of shoe for that day.
It was my mom, her friend at work gave her these boots that had like a little bit of heel on them. They're almost like hiking boots. And I was so excited to have these like brand new shoes that fit. And I wore them out the front of our house. There were 3 steps. A set of stairs is in 3 steps. And that's when it happened.
Renando says with the 2, she says, sobriety is boring. Lol, sobriety is boring. Agreed. I feel that. It's sort of like having, what kind of diet were you on, Brad? You couldn't have like seasoning?
No, I was on a bland diet, but that's now over, thankfully.
I can't just, what is the science? Don't answer that question.
What's the science behind it?
I mean, it can't be a thing that like, well, never mind. What do I know? I'm not a doctor. I'm just a doctor of the law.
It's actually a thing they use in hospitals quite frequently. If you're having upset stomach problems in GI, you want to eat things that are going to be as less impactful to the GI tract as possible. That's where your chicken and rice things come through. And
I want the Death Nut Challenge too. We're going
there. I can get through half the book.
I just talked to Dominic and we were reminiscing about that. It's like, yeah, well, we're never going to do that again. Fuck all of that. That was dumb. That was really dumb. And it was. Okay. I need to get to, hey, Brad, you want to read the case? It'll be your debut of reading.
Me or Rob?
Oh, Rob. I meant Rob. I'm sorry, Rob.
I meant Bruce. What?
I'm Lauren tonight.
Lauren.
And I am Lauren's mom.
Yeah, I'll read it. No worries.
Do it.
I don't know what to do with my boyfriend. I know maybe this isn't the platform, but I need some advice. I, 25 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 25 male, for a year now. When we started hanging out and going out, I genuinely didn't think we'd end up dating. We were just hanging out. Things started getting serious when he asked me to meet his mom. That's when I knew. Before this, I was a very chill girl, and I noticed a red flag, but decided to ignore it. Basically, almost every time we were together, he received calls from a girl's name, Mother. So I kept in the back of my mind when we got to dinner for the first time with his mother. He received another of these calls. After dinner, I asked him for the first time. He said, "It's my ex's mom. I don't keep in contact with her, but I do with her parents." Continued to explain and asked if I was okay with it. I explained that it was weird to me, but it was his choice in the end. And 2 months after this, he was having a birthday party at his house. Went outside to welcome another friend, and the other girl's mom shows up. Wow. Tells him that she has a present, parks, and the girl gets out of the car. They had a conversation, which seemed more like an argument, and comes back. I told him I was leaving. He tried to explain, but I was mad and hurt, so I left. This same night, he calls me and asks for a conversation. After a while, I agree to have a conversation another day. We have a conversation. He tells me that it's not happening again and asks for forgiveness. I ended up saying yes, but we should take things slower. A few days after he gets, a few days after he gets notification from another girl, so I check his phone. I see that he is flirty conversations with her, and that her ex contacted him 3 days after the party where they had the argument and go out for coffee.
All right, pause. How old is this young man?
25.
25.
Of course, he's talking to other girls. Nitwits.
Yeah.
What do you think is happening? Like they're 25 years old. He's having flirty conversations with other women. She doesn't know how to move on. Is her question?
Yeah, and they just stay in touch with the parents. Really?
Well, look. 25-year-olds don't have the best judgment, but she's old enough to know better. She has a guy that's like having flirtatious conversations with multiple women. He's 25 years old. He's going to be in his prime for the next 20 years or so.
But she had to check his phone.
Would she? Like, if she's not liking what's happening with this young man, then what's the harm in moving on? Like, what is the dilemma here?
Oh my God, she's 25.
Sunk cost fallacy.
So she says, go ahead and continue, Rob.
Yeah, they have the conversation. Slow a few days after he gets a notification from another girl. So I check his phone. Excuse me, I should mute. He says he's going to, and did I lose that place where you moved?
Oh, totally. I see that. Yes.
Party where they had the argument and go out for coffee. After this, he blocked her and every family member. When I checked his phone, I tell him all the things I found disrespectful and that I went to end things. He says he's going to change all of this and actually does. After all of this, he became the most perfect partner for months.
Mm-hmm.
But I still feel some type of way sometimes. I get emotional and every little thing he does is wrong. I remember the things he has done, and I start a fight. I truly see a change, and I don't see the messy man that he was before, but I still find it hard to get over it. I love him, and I know he loves me too, but I'm not mentally prepared to trust him enough. Is it okay to move on, or should we seek for help?
Damn, woman.
Young lady.
Here's a brick.
Do you want to go on this lady? Or should I?
Who?
Any of you. But I have Schnitzel because she's the female on the panel.
You do it.
Okay. My mantra has been, when you're a young person, you should date selfishly. And being a male, I know, having lived 44 years as a man, that any knucklehead guy out there could be the perfect boyfriend for a month, or for 2 months, or for 6 months, or for 12. And you see these red flags and they manifest in your relationship. And then you wonder, I don't know if I could live with this. I don't know if I should move on. At 25, you have the life equity to be selfish. And you have the moral fortitude to say, you know what? This guy doesn't measure up to what I want in life. You're not even saying that I want him to make more money. I want him to be successful. I want him to do all these things. You're just pointing out that there are things that you demanded in a relationship and he's falling short. And when the lights are on, is able to perform. And when they're off, he knows that you don't like looking at flirty conversations between him and other women. And so you don't get to see those ever. But you will find them later if you look hard enough. And so at 25 years old, you're in your physical prime. You got your whole life ahead of you. You're not married to this effing guy yet. There are so many better men than this guy that you never met. There's a lot worse guys too, but there's a lot better men. And you don't know the difference because you are making concessions for him that you don't have to make. Like, you're not 65 years old. You don't have 40 years invested in this guy and he's like made a few mistakes. He's doing this like from jump. Picture this in 6 months, in a year, and 2 years after you're married, and then all of a sudden, like this just becomes like a lifelong issue.
Yeah, she's questioning things now, right?
Yeah.
And she should step back immediately, I think. And there's plenty of dating ahead of her.
There's
this is a good time to enjoy yourself. You know what I mean?
There is no harm.
Together, great.
Exactly. There's no harm in moving on. He will be fine. He could talk to whoever he was talking to on his phone. Multiple women or whatever it was. He'll be fine. He's 25. And furthermore, like whatever it is that he is right now, whatever he's doing right now, he's not going to be doing in 10 years. He's still becoming what he's going to become. He hasn't even developed his full frontal cortex yet. What are you worried about this guy for? For what? You need to be selfish about this decision that you're about to make. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care what you think you see in him. If he's showing you who he is, the big cliche is you should believe him, right? That's the big cliche. But you have the equity to do that, is the point.
Yep.
Of course you should be selfish. And if he's not meeting your standards, if you got standards at 25, then enforce them. Because you're not going to be able to enforce the same standards at 65. You just won't.
Plus, in time, if they stick it out, Omar, might be a tit for tat situation. Well, if he can talk to women, then I can talk to men. And then
that's inevitable. And then it's like, oh, I just want an open relationship. And guess what? The lady's going to win. I didn't know you were talking to all these other guys or whatever. Well, that's just kind of how it works. That's the way of the world,
I think they need to go experience other people. If they're meant to be, they'll reconnect later.
Yeah.
Maybe they've changed by then or grown or whatever, but it sounds like I think I would not suggest therapy for them in this situation because I think they're too young.
Right.
Maybe I would say. And they just have some growing to do outside of that.
Do I really have to be the bad guy on the stream? Because I'll do it if I have to.
I am ready to tear you a new asshole, Brad.
All right. This lady needs to get out of her own fucking ass because she argued with her man and got him to change and drop people out of his life that she wasn't happy with. She said in her own words that he was the perfect boyfriend for months. And then now she's complaining that she doesn't think he's done enough. This is fucking bullshit. And she needs to reinspect what she actually wants out of her relationship, because if she gets a guy that actually changes for her and then decides, well, maybe he's not done enough, or I don't think I can trust him, then she needs to figure out what she needs to do and go to counseling so that she can figure out what she wants out of her own relationships. Because you can find a dozen guys that would cheat on you and have women sit there and say, he's going to be better, he's going to do more, he's going to do more, and not change a damn fucking thing. And now she finds one that changes for him and actually tries and makes improvements to make sure the relationship happens. And fucking she's doing this shit. I'm tired of it. Come on.
Yeah, I remember that girl. She was a hoe. For show. Bitches
That's some bullshit.
Coming in hot.
That might have been Brad's like hottest moment on Flat like ever. I don't know where that came from, but Jesus.
I don't think that the guy is in the wrong or anything. Like, I hope I didn't come across that way. I think that they just that's great that he changed. I also don't blame her for saying it's great that he changed, but I'm still feeling this way about this other stuff, and that makes me not trust him. Well, then break up and go date other people or go to your own therapy, like Brad suggested. Yep. But I guess my point is like, I don't think they should continue the relationship. At least I don't think they can healthily from her end. If he's telling the truth and he's changing and is being this perfect partner, but sometimes like perfect is like, okay, what's actually going on, because no one's actually perfect.
I'll give you that. I will say that we're observers reading one person's opinion on what's going on in their own relationship, but in her own words, everything to her has been perfect. So it's after the change. Sure. And I'll give you that. But if he's sincerely having made the change for months and she's like, I don't know if it's enough, then she needs to reevaluate her own expectations, because she's like, well, he did all the things that I asked him to, but there's something that I'm wanting out of it that I'm not getting. And she needs to go through some therapy to unpack what she's unsure about.
It's a catchphrase of stringing him along. Look at the end of that paragraph, right?
I might agree. Well, I'll tell you what. I think that is a fascinating take. Fascinating take by Brad. I have a little bit different perspective because I'm a girl dad. I'll tell you what I would tell if this is my daughter telling me about this guy. Fuck this guy. You want me to kick his ass? It's like, no, Dad. No, don't do all. Okay. It's like, forget that guy. Like, do you like him or not? You got these concerns? I would tell my daughter to go date other people. I would tell her to date selfishly. I would tell her to not be afraid to have standards. I would tell her to not be afraid, even if she said, look, you need to change all these things. And he does change these things, but it's still not enough for her. Then maybe she didn't know what to tell him because she's still growing up herself. And it's better to find out at 25 than it is at 35. Look, if she was like 45 years old, we'd have a different conversation. You need to grow up a little bit. You're 45. You're too old to be having this talk with me. What's wrong with you? Like, you can't just keep moving the goalpost. But at 25 years old, you don't even know where the goalposts are supposed to be. And so I have a little more empathy for girls at 25 than I do if they were older. That's just it. If it was my daughter, the first question is, do you want me to kick his ass? That's just always the first question when you're dad. It's always the first question. No, all right, cool. Then we'll have the other conversation. And then it's like, whatever, I just don't think he's the one. Well, then go find some other guy. Like, go date like 5, 10, whoever. Figure out what it is that you want before you get in rapture with this guy.
They're young enough that they can separate and go out and date. I'll tell you, as I've gotten older, there's still a lot of dating potential out there. It doesn't end at 26, 30. You know what I mean? You're still opportunities and maturity, which is nice. You know what I mean?
I've heard that the highest
ladies that are not just after second marriage or divorce, there's single people out there too, So I come from a perspective from you and I should say, come from a different generation, but there's a lot of opportunities. So for her to feel almost trapped because he's given in, showed her, did changes in this and that, and now she's still wishy-washy about should I stick with him or not? Get out, try somebody else, keep going, see what else. And like Schnitzel said, if there's a reconnection, there's a reconnection. I told you about my friend from the reunion from high school.
You did tell us about that.
Yeah.
And I dated my husband in high school, and then we kept in touch throughout the years. He was married at one point, got divorced, and I didn't know it. We had lost touch when he got married, and he reached out to me one day and was like, hey, do you want to meet for coffee? And I was like, why?
Right.
For what?
Aren't you married? And no, he wasn't. So anyway, it was like after however many years, like we reconnected and had a baby, got married.
That you never know what the future holds.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what the future holds, right?
Yep.
Also, I heard that the highest instances of sexually transmitted diseases
are in nursing homes,
convalescent homes.
Okay, that's true. I'm sure.
Damn it, Rob! Come on.
All right, moving on to the next case, man. That was a good one. It was good seeing Brad get like spicy like that, man. I like
Yeah.
I gotta get
Add some salt to that, Brad.
I gotta get another beer. Hold on.
Busch Light, ladies and gentlemen.
The next one comes back. I can't hit him yelling at us.
I would no. I was gonna say I would drink urine before I drank a Busch Light, but that's actually not true. It would be a close call though.
Have you ever drank urine?
I've never drunk either of those.
I have accidentally. It's not.
I know you said the Gatorade.
I thought it was fucking Gatorade.
Tell the story.
When I peed in a Gatorade bottle and forgot which one it was.
Oh Lord!
I told my mom about that.
There was a scene in a movie with that too. Do you remember that?
Oh, or Dumb and Dumber?
Put it in the glass, or he drank
it. I
it.
mean, why didn't I just get rid of the bottle, man? Like, why'd I have to put it like on the seat next to me where the other ones were? That just so dumb.
If it's not my red cup, I throw it away. That's all I've got to say.
I think I
Oh,
would just scream.
but, what the hell was that?
I probably would have littered and like thrown it out the window.
Oh, I did. I totally did. Pulled over to the side of the road and just, it's like, what in the fuck?
Auto impact and X-ray, picked it up and put it in disposal. You know.
Oh, I was so mad at myself. Oh, what are you gonna do when you can only be mad at yourself when you're like so angry? All
You get
right.
your labs done, Omar?
Did I get my what?
Your labs done?
I have.
But he
Help.
said, "Is your abs done?"
Oh no, not my abs, but I have got my labs, and I'm pretty fucking healthy.
Sweet.
Nice.
So
We'll leave it at that.
So when are you gonna get it done?
Are you scheduled to be snipped? Do you have it
this
scheduled?
month, this month,
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
this month, they were calling me for my appointment yesterday, and god damn it, it's happening this month.
Takes like 15, 20 minutes. That's all.
Jesus. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'll
And they
keep
have to do 2 incisions, which I know makes sense, but my husband didn't realize they do one in each testicle.
Yeah.
Either testicle.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Don't you got
He
two?
does, but he thought it was maybe like up further or a different
You
spot.
share a common hole or something.
Right, but they're 2 separate. I said, yeah, that's why someone can just have like one ball. I don't know if they get cancer or something, and then like one has to be removed. You know, like some men just
Yeah.
have one ball.
I'm well aware that I have 2 testicles and that there's 2 tubes. So, it's
Good.
sperms. And
It's like
so,
fake twins. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't think that's how that works, but
you got to watch out for your seed around Laura Owens. You never know.
Disgusting.
Yeah, you better hurry up or she'll accuse you. Sorry, lady.
Should go steal your samples.
Oh, God,
Just
gross. All right. So this Brad is looking forward to convalescent homes. That's what I read.
wait, what? You mean Rob?
Or Rob is.
Damn. I can't own my own name for nothing.
Oh, see, life begins at 75. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, it's
This
a
one-
Michigan store. It's got to be Brad.
Oh, Brad, do you want to read this one?
Sure.
This is right out of your
Brad
hometown.
always wants to read. He'll never
Do
say
it.
Hi, guys. Need some advice and some help.
Not do it with like the Pee Wee Herman inflection. What was that shit?
What?
Hi, guy.
Oh, boy.
He felt like he lost one testy. Then.
That's Steve.
Omar's done.
Drink some more of that rye bourbon.
Your
Yeah,
wife,
no
Omar.
kidding.
You're like, we better try and make sure it works. And you'll be like, not yet, honey.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, go for it, Brad. I'm sorry, man. I
In,
didn't mean to call you first.
Michigan, USA, married 24 years, and it appears things are likely heading down the divorce route with my partner. All assets shared. I've been the stay-at-home parent for a long time. Last worked full-time over 15 years ago.
This is obviously a man.
No, it could be either way.
I was just making a joke.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
We'll
hi,
never
guys.
know.
Right.
Our child is now in college, and that is no longer a factor, and most thankfully for them to an extent, or at least. What the hell is that? That's
Should I summarize this with AI to make it more readable?
no, it's fine. It's just that last bit made no sense whatsoever.
Hey, reading is a skill that
Yeah.
is acquired over many years.
Beyond the obvious, I am filled with fear and trepidation. Work-wise, my skill set is completely outdated and atrophied in terms of getting back into the job market. It's going to take hard work and luck, or moving into something totally new. I've continued to do is take care of the house, shop, cook, look for our hobby farm and animals, and to maintain the many miles of horse trails I've created and slaved over for dozens of years on our 65 acres.
I know
Let's
who
give him
wrote
his
this.
medal. We'll give him his medal and his pat on the back. Here's his cookie, and let's move on. So here's the rub. That's what she.
The conversation with my spouse today led to how to proceed litigation-wise. I have literally no idea about such things, never ever having entertained this. But there was pressure off the bat to choose mediation and not separate lawyers, with my spouse also saying, almost in the same breath, that they do not feel like a 50-50 split is fair. Like, what? While I don't want to at all, besides my own interests, impact my child in their inheritance, and that is my first thought.
Could I give you some perspective on this? I just had this conversation this morning. With opposing counsel. We're trying to come to a settlement, right? And we're trying to come to like some kind of a 50-50 agreement for custody and visitation. And the rejection from mom was, I just don't think that we should give dad overnights because there's alcohol in the house. And I know that he drinks sometimes. Never mind, he also has alcohol in the house. And she drinks demonstrably in social media posts, videos, pictures, and the like. But dad has alcohol in the house, and therefore dad should not be entitled to overnight visits with the child because that would be an environment that's not conducive to the child's best interest. To which I say, you know what? Go to trial with that. I will see you there because my client is getting his overnights. What is wrong with you? But you would never imagine like the level of pettiness that goes on with these custody disputes. I know they're talking about 50-50, like in terms of other stuff. I'm just saying, I know I could already hear where this is going. They're talking about children and inheritance and 50-50, and they want to split everything. This is the kind of couple that like claims that they want to split everything fairly, but really what they want is to like win the big case. And then they're going to pull out all of the stops and all of the excuses. And then the jobs of the attorneys are to like, look, if you want objective 50-50, this is what it looks like. Okay, but I don't think that he should have overnights with the girls. Why not? Because he's got alcohol in the house, and I know that he smokes weed sometimes. And there's also gummies. Okay. Is there anything else? Does he do it around the kids? Well, no. I just don't think that the kids should be there overnight. Because what if they like run into it? Like, what if they get into a stash or something? It's okay. Do you also have alcohol in your house? Because the first retort's going to be, she has alcohol too. Matter of fact, we used to have like wine and alcohol night, like every Tuesdays and Thursdays. She used to smoke weed with me all the time. Matter of fact, we did like lines of cocaine.
Damn.
I mean, it gets fucking crazy. It gets nuts.
Well, everything after the word rub, Omar, was like, look at poor me. I know nothing. I have nowhere to go. I barely have clothes on my back. Trying to sell it as she's got nothing. So now we're getting into, I need that 50-50, 70-30 split. I don't know.
All of my family law clients, all of them, indiscriminately, they want a medal for how much of a good person they are and how much of a bad person their partner is. Or ex-partner, I guess. All of them. It's the nature of going through a divorce. It's the nature of going through a breakup when you have children. It's why it's so hard to be a family law attorney, because these stories, they just all kind of run together. And like your judge is like, okay, why shouldn't he get overnights? Because he doesn't know how to change diapers. There's instructions on the box. Okay, but my child is nurse feeding. You can pump. Okay, but like, I feel like there's alcohol in the house. Like, do you have alcohol in your house? Well, yeah. Then, and like these conversations happen all the time in these family law cases. And it's exhausting for judges. It is exhausting for the attorneys involved. And if you want to win your family law case, you would be well advised not to bring certain things up, which leads me to my next point. I'm about to, I have a Patreon, and I'm about to put exclusive content on there just for people that are trying to navigate custody and visitation cases on their own, how to represent yourselves in court. What is the judge looking for? Not everybody's got $10,000 to drop on a retainer for a family law attorney. Sometimes you got to represent yourself. If you're going to do that, if you're going to gamble and do that, then you should have an idea of what the judge is looking to hear. And if you subscribe to the Patreon, if you subscribe to this YouTube channel, you will have exclusive access to how to do that. That's my shameless plug, and I will do that another time. I'm just saying that is forthcoming, and this specific case has led me directly there. How about that?
That's community service, brother. So if you ever get in trouble, you can count those hours. I think that's awesome. You know,
Also,
because
never
a lot of
talk to the
people are
cops.
so unknowledgeable, you know, and going blind and they can't afford it. They just go in cold going into the court, and you can't cry and get your way through it, right? Judges don't fall for that most of the time.
First
right?
of all, the last thing you should do in court is cry. As soon as you
Right.
cry, the judge writes you off. Everybody cries in court. Don't do it. Just don't. Do not.
Like, when you talk about the JFC Colton, you need a minute.
Exactly. It was like when Schnitzel was going to fake cry the other night.
That was good.
I was like, no.
Right on the edge. I could
Amber's
tell.
car.
Oh, yeah. Don't do
You
that.
almost buckled, Omar. I could tell. You almost buckled.
No, I mean, I was just trying to like, okay, I'm going to push her over the edge if I say the wrong thing. So let me just dial this back a little bit.
I mean, like I said, I think if she had been in that meeting with you, she may have fired you. But if she had already paid you 50 to 100K,
yeah,
maybe she would have like angry fired you and then been like, actually,
sued him for the
never
money
mind.
back.
what it really boils down to,
You kept bringing it back though. You kept saying like, you know what? Let me at least go talk to the DA. You know what I mean? Yeah, I liked how you kept turning that around from her saying, if you're not on my side, I don't need you. Yada yada.
well, you can't tell her what you really think. You gotta you have to appease your client somehow. And so I was like, yeah, maybe everybody's not as smart as you. They're not going to see the truth that you see. Let's just assume that everybody's dumb. So therefore, what if I
spend a day in jail? See
Yeah.
what life is really like, and then
honestly you might arrange that. I've done that before. We're like, look, you're gonna spend the weekend in jail, and we're gonna post bond on Monday because I'm working with the family or whatever, because they literally don't have money to bail them out. So, and what do you got to do to bail people out? You got to put properties up for collateral. You're literally asking your great grandmother to put up her house so that you might get out of jail.
So, like, you bring the deed to the bonds people.
Literally.
Okay.
Literally, like they could
they
put
have a bunch of loans out on their house. Well, I have a question. I don't know if we've addressed this. How much with these charges would you think bond might be around?
$300K.
That's
Really?
a lot.
Yeah, but if she's going to bond out, then she's probably going to be responsible for dropping 10% of that, and then she's going to have to put up collateral to cover the difference
For what essentially amounts to
Girl,
white collar
so-
crimes.
Well, there's 7 felonies there. Each one of those has a fee bail schedule. In California, it would amount to something around $300,000 to $400,000. If she's facing 33 years in prison, she's a flight risk, so the bond's going to be high.
What about
And
like
so-
what if
She lives
someone
with her parents, so she'll be okay. They'll make sure she shows up.
if someone committed manslaughter,
Yeah,
what would that bond be?
$1 million. If they grant bond at all, because they're facing life in prison. And like Diddy's not out of jail because he's facing life in prison. And he's a flight risk. And so like, look, there's no amount of money that, look, we're not going to grant you bond because you have too many resources. You could disappear anywhere in the world, and we'd rather just keep you in prison. That's why he's in jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
But for Laura Owens, let's just say that each count represents $30,000 to $50,000 in a normal fee schedule. I don't know what the Arizona fee schedule is. I know what I'd even have to look at California.
I just asked Grok.
What does it say?
It says that Class 2 felonies being the most serious non-capital offenses in Arizona, short of murder, for non-dangerous Class 2 felony, bail typically ranges from $25,000 to $100,000 or more, depending on the financial harm caused and the defendant's risk profile.
Yeah. So just imagine $50,000 per count on average, just averaging it out, because she's from Schedule 2 to 6. And you got about $350,000 of bond that she's going to have to cover. 10% of that, that's $35,000 down. And then they're going to have to put up collateral for the difference. That's the family home where she's
Or her
probably
horse.
or her horses. Yeah, because if she skips her hearing, then Dog the Bounty Hunter is going to be hunting her down because he's not trying to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember the wife alone would kick her ass.
Oh, I can't believe she's been dead for like a decade, man. That's crazy.
Remember when he was looking for Brian Laundrie?
Yes, I do. Oh, Dog the Bounty Hunter is a character, man. Honestly, if there's like 10 people in the world that I'd like to have like a whiskey with, he's probably one of them. He might be 9 or 10 on the list. Well, like 29. I don't know. But he's an interesting guy, you know? I'd have a drink with that guy. I'd buy him a shot. Or
What
two.
I would give to get Robin Williams back.
Mm,
You're going to make me cry, Brad. Don't make me cry.
what a genius. Have you guys ever watched those videos of him recording like the genie?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
Have you
Or-
guys ever watched Dead Poet Society?
Yes,
Not.
Captain, my captain.
Yeah, formative movie for me back in 1988.
I didn't realize it came out all the way back then.
It was way
Remember all the
back.
young actors in it too, as the students that are now adult actors now.
Yeah, there
lot
was
of them.
Wilson.
Adult
was in
actors?
House. There
Yeah,
was
Damon.
Adult.
Damon was in there. Adult actors. The training guy day was the training day guy was in there.
The
Ethan
Kids from
Hawke.
Explorers, he was in there.
Yeah, Wilson from House was in there. You got to watch Schnitzel if you've never watched that movie.
I've
Watch
seen
it.
it. I just didn't realize how old it was.
Oh well, never mind. Well,
Brad hasn't seen it.
So I just looked up something which I think is kind of interesting.
yeah.
Iceland is a non-extradition country.
Iceland? Really?
Iceland. Could it have been a past trip to check things out?
Hey, Brad, is Greenland going to be the 52nd state?
No, Canada is.
Well, I thought that Canada's going to be the 51st, but Canada basically told us to fuck off.
Well, it depends. If you think, because you've got Canada in the mix, you've got Puerto Rico, you've got Guam, you've got
Go to America,
Greenland.
bitch.
Go.
Cuba.
I should cue up some Tina Marie. Let's cue up some Tina Marie.
Let's get some paper towels out to people, y'all.
I think I'm alone now.
When he was in
Everybody
Puerto
knows.
Rico, it isn't.
Look,
Wasn't
did you hear what Rob just did? Rob was singing some Tina Marie, man. You got to do that again. Karaoke that shit.
Tiffany, right? Tiffany. Yeah, I do karaoke. I love it.
Hell yeah.
It's money. It's like a part-time job, man. As long as you stay up late and buy shots, people will vote for you.
Oh, shit. We got to get Rob down for Lauren Knighty's versus Omar Serrato race. Because
That
we're
would be
doing karaoke that night. I've told Lauren we're doing some karaoke. I don't care if you want to do it, we're doing it anyway. You don't have to sing, but I'm going to get my ass up there. We're putting it on camera. Dominic's going to be there to film. So
Oh, damn.
I've got my back pocket song, so don't worry. I got your back.
Okay, what's everyone's karaoke song?
yeah, what's your song?
I don't have one.
Neil Diamond's Caroline.
It wouldn't. Damn it, Rob.
Caroline. And then under the boardwalk, down by the sea. Yeah.
Rob, you're
Remember
fired.
The
Motown,
blanket
so
with my baby
That's
is where I...
under the boardwalk.
Under the Boardwalk is a Neil Diamond song. Get out of here. Is it really?
Oh, no,
No.
that's Motown. Neil's another, he's from a different place and time.
I was gonna say. I thought that. Well, my
When
karaoke song is "Mama Don't Let Your."
dun, dun. Na, 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 na.
Rob is having an orgasm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's not
having a
water on my joke.
songgasm. What's your karaoke song, Omar?
Mamas don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Oh, good one.
Do it. Do the chorus.
Well, not right now, obviously.
I don't know that one.
Yes, you do.
Well, do the chorus.
Hum it.
I will not. No, man. See, now there's too much pressure. But it's
John Denver, another go-to, right?
John Denver is a good one.
Does
Yeah.
anyone else know the
Mhm.
one that Omar's too chicken shit to sing right now?
No.
Oh my God, it's like
I got
mamas
friends.
don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Urban Cowboy, John Travolta.
They'll never grow cold and they're always alone. Even with someone they love. Mama and the whole thing.
Almost sounded like a pirate song.
We'll break up spoons. Too.
Mine
It's
is
totally a pirate song.
mine is Toxic by Britney Spears.
It would be Toxic by Britney Spears.
With the dance
Such a fun
nuts.
song to sing. I just stand there and sing. I don't move at all.
Oh,
We'll dance
my other
around.
go-to is Por un amor. It's a mariachi song.
Ooh.
Sabor a mí. It's also a Spanish song.
Tu la fala americano.
Hello, too. It is a
Got to throw in some Italian. don't
Linda Ronstadt song.
Volare.
you? Whoa.
No, not Volare. Although that is a good
That's a good classic, right?
what's his name, man? The Rat Pack guy.
Dean Martin or
Dean Martin. That's his
Yeah.
song. That's Dean Martin.
Yeah, his is fine, but the original's better.
It probably is. I mean, Dean Martin was not like the best vocalist.
Well, it's not even about that. It's like I don't know. He's like, "Oh, my happy heart sings." I like the Italian.
With a cigarette and a
Di
drink.
pinco di blu,
all the
felice
time. Yeah.
di stare lassù.
Whoa, whoa.
Blah, 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 blah.
I want to hear you try it in Italian.
I mean, I would. I might as well try it in Spanish. It'd be the same thing.
Pretty close.
Pretty similar. Well, it's interesting. Like in Spanish, light is luce, right?
Loose.
Luz, and then
Yeah,
in Italian, it's luce.
Luce.
I got some luce for you right here.
So light.
That's like milk in Spanish. Leche.
Leche, yeah.
Leche.
Yeah.
You said it all Italian and Spanish at the same time.
Leche.
Latte in Italian.
That's another hard thing. Like between Spanish has short vowels, like if all the vowels are pretty
Yeah.
much the same length, and then Italian has long and short vowels.
It's funny because I got like Italian blood and Spanish blood, and so I'm like a mix of the two.
Hmm.
If there's ever a good mix, it'd be me.
All those languages are melodic. They
Yeah.
kind of roll off the tongue in a
The
very
romance
The
languages.
romance language.
Yeah.
You know, my other go-to karaoke song is it's Al Green. You got to sing some Al Green.
Yeah.
Um,
That.
Love and Happiness.
Love and happiness and
Love and Happiness.
rainbow.
Yeah,
How does that one go? I don't know.
Oh God, man, Al Green. I'm so in love with you. That's one of them.
He's talking to you, Brad. Pay attention.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
Me and Brad are mortal enemies.
I'm really surprised you haven't picked up the King yet.
Oh, Elvis, Blue Moon.
Uh,
I mean, I know he does a cover of Blue Moon.
Return to sender.
No, not Return to Sender. It'd be like obviously it would be like shit. What's that song, man? Oh God.
Jailhouse Rock. That would be perfect.
Only
for you.
fools rush in. Only fools rush in.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope Falling in love with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
that's the song. That's another go-to karaoke for
Oh
me.
man, a lot of people be getting laid while you're singing that with your sexy voice.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm not a penny collector though, so
No, everybody else, you'll be the one singing for that.
There's
Yo,
bacon in your chat.
keep your panties to yourself.
Bacon readers.
Hey, Lauren listeners, I know this. I know bacon means Lauren.
Oh, Raiders.
I feel like Lauren's karaoke song would be "Welcome to the Jungle." We got whips and chains, and then she would do the whole Guns N' Roses thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what one I can do that would be like she would sing.
Or "Hey Jude."
Barracuda.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Barracuda.
I don't think she's got the vocal fortitude to pull that one off.
I believe
No,
in
she
her.
sounds more like lollipop, lollipop, ooh la la la.
Oh, that would be a great one to watch her sing.
I mean,
hilarious.
we're going like 50s, like that. What was the sisters? The something sisters? I forget.
Yeah, the Andrew sisters.
Yeah. Yes. The Andrew sisters. Yeah.
Sit under
I
the
gotta take my
apple
teeth out
tree.
now.
What does your karaoke go to?
Mine?
Yes.
I already said.
What did you say?
She said
Toxic
toxic
by
by
Britney
Britney
Spears.
Spears.
You did say that, but that's a bullshit one. You can't. That can't.
Or
Okay.
Crazy by Patsy Cline.
No, that's a Willie Nelson song.
That's a good one.
That's one of my karaoke ones, but that's
The
from
Sad Memory
when
song.
Willie Nelson.
Love this
Did
song.
she not come before Willie Nelson?
She totally came before Willie Nelson.
She
I think they both
actually
came. Don't
she
you think?
recorded that in one take.
In 1952.
Did you just hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
In one take.
Yeah.
Which
In
is-
1952.
No one does that.
Patsy Cline, she left us too soon in a plane crash.
Yeah. Buddy Holly. Same
Yeah, but that was his dumbass fault. Like, what were you doing flying on that night? Come on, man.
thing. Ricky Valens was on that flight, right?
Ricky Valens and the big bopper.
The Big Bop. Yep.
I know my music history, man.
I love the 50s and 60s tunes because I can understand the words. You know?
Well, the
And it's
50s,
hard sometimes to get the music of today.
the 50s was very formulaic. The 60s was very formulaic, and then the 70s we were introduced to LSD.
It transcends it. Yeah, exactly. The colors.
Do you guys like the Beatles?
What's up, Law? MG Law's in the chat. He tried to get me to join on his live stream the other day, and he sent me, and he was like, "Dude, just text me." Yeah, I would have told he went on your show. Oh, like he sent me an email. I was like, "Oh, I'm totally checking my email like at 10 o'clock at night."
You kind of have to now.
I mean, it just depends. I was not checking my email that night. I forgot what he was even going live about. It was
It was the Laura Owens.
It was Laura Owens. I would have loved to have been on MG Law's stream. Oh man, the last time I went on that stream, they called me gay.
Really?
Yeah,
It's okay, Omar. I filled in for you.
Because of the tie? No.
no. It was because I was admiring MG Law's beard and some other guy's beard.
The beard. Yeah.
It's like I wish I could grow a beard like that, man.
Upside down, he'd look like a racer head. Tell him.
And
that.
then I think it was the expert that was like, you know what? At this point, you're just hitting on him. It's like, well, I mean,
Can't help myself.
It's a compliment.
check
It should
your
be taken
backstage.
as such.
oh,
Sorry.
I pressed the wrong button. By the way, Aquaneta's been a member for 2 months now. Aquaneta, so good to have you, man. You've been such a valuable member of the chat for, I guess, the last 2 months now. But I feel like I've seen you like way earlier than that.
Check
This
back
is me doing her.
backstage.
This is me doing her. Well, thank you very much, Omar. I really like it.
What was that? Who's backstage, Schnitzel?
Is
That I'm
someone?
missing? No, it's just me, you, Goatee, and Rob.
Someone said let me in to me, and I thought they meant in your
Well, who is it?
someone.
It must be.
Is it Lauren?
Yeah.
Yay.
Lauren, use the old Flad link. The same. I'm trying to type.
Look at her comment. You are gay.
Old plaid link same.
Dang.
Can we just
Nice,
note
Lauren, nice.
that Brad does not like the Beatles?
Really?
I said I don't like the Beatles. Yes.
I dig the
If you
Beatles,
even
man.
One song you
Come in.
kind of
Let me
like.
send you a link. I'm
No.
talking to Lauren.
I
Do you like
I don't
Blackbird?
enjoy any of
Really,
Blackbird?
Brad? That's interesting.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
no.
It's been a hard day's night, and
Nope.
I've been sleeping like a
Oh, she
dog.
said, wait, fuck my life. Another doc, give me like 30 men.
Another docket?
Doc.
She's talking about the Lauren, the
Baldoni.
lively case. The lively case.
Oh.
That's what she's talking about.
It's so lively.
What about Elo? What about Elo, Brad?
What is an ELO?
Oh, Electric Light
Chess
Orchestra.
rating.
Right.
I know it's a chess rating, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's the
I don't know what Elo
topic
means.
at hand.
It's not that.
Electric Light Orchestra, I believe. It's a band.
The
Just like
Beatles, the Beatles songs would be "Hey Jude." It would be
Oh yeah.
Hey Jude is
Strawberry
overrated.
fields forever.
I mean, all the Beatles songs are overrated if we're going that route.
No, they are not.
No.
That
No,
was
they
my
are not.
point. I don't like the Beatles because they're fawned over so much, and it's not something that I find engaging because I wasn't a part of the time, and two, I don't see them as generational as others do.
But you
I
had to live in the
The
60s, though.
words and the songs and what they mean. It's not so much that it's from my younger days.
Come together while my guitar gently weeps.
Yep. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band, and that whole
Strawberry Fields Forever. Obviously, Lay June. Let It Be.
Will you still love me? Still when I'm 64.
I feel like that's more like a Hendrix song, though. While my guitar gently weeps.
What about Lady Madonna?
Totally.
Lady Madonna. Yep.
Abbey Road. Nah. Yesterday.
Great one.
Did you see that movie they
In the
remade?
Heart of Coal.
Oh,
I did see the movie. The one with
yeah, where the world changes and he writes all the Beatles songs.
Oh, was it the Willy Wonka one? Because that's the one I was thinking of.
No.
Like, the most recent.
Something happens in the world and only like 3 people know of the Beatles. The rest of the world doesn't know it. So
Yeah.
this half-ass singer comes up with where he's trying to remember all the words, and he becomes a infamous star, writing all the Beatles songs.
That's funny.
I will say that it is my belief that the Beatles are overrated. I really do think they're overrated.
Guys
Come on.
don't
Yeah,
know
but they were
what you're talking about.
fan craze of the time. Remember, long
Yeah.
hair from Europe.
Yeah. I could not have grown that hair, so I would have been out.
Do you guys know? Do you know Rocky Raccoon?
Yes.
No.
I'd have to hear
Coming
it.
up. You'll probably still hate it, but
From the Moose and the what's the guy like? Shit, is that a cartoon? Are you talking about a cartoon?
Rocky and Bullwinkle. No, it's a
Oh,
Beatles
Rocky and Bullwinkle, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raccoon. It's a Beatles song.
Oh no.
Long,
No.
and Winding Road. Long and Winding Road. That's another one.
Watch me try to play it right now. You all hear that?
I had a coworker give me no.
Okay, good.
No.
I have a coworker who gave me a CD of like instrumental Beatles songs to play for. What in the world? I heard
If
something.
you don't like them, you're never going to like them. So don't let
But-
people force you,
Yeah, but he gave it to me, and then I lost it, and then I felt bad.
Not that bad.
You like Queen,
Well.
Brad?
In my formative years, I listened to Marvin Gaye. I listened to a lot of Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
a lot of Al Green, a lot of
The
Curtis
Jersey Boys.
Mayfield, a lot of Linda Ronstadt, Johnny Cash. I listened to a lot of Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of who's the people saying Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Those are my
March.
formative years.
Snow listed Yellow Submarine. Remember Yellow Submarine? The Beatles?
Totally, man.
Classic.
Totally.
I had a
By the Beatles? Yeah.
I had a very sheltered musical childhood, and that's probably one
I'm
of the
sorry,
reasons
Brad.
why.
I'm really sorry for you.
So what do you like then?
Did you have any
what I
influence?
like is not what or what I grew up with. I grew up with outlaw country in the 90s. So listening
Oh,
to
okay. So,
George
like,
Strait, Alan Jackson, Tim McGraw, Garth
Tim McGraw.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about Billy Ray Cyrus?
Toby.
no.
Don't break my
He was
heart.
80s.
Don't steal my
Breaky
heart.
heart.
My achy,
yeah.
breaky heart.
And look what
But-
happened to his done.
Fuck that guy. Jesus Christ.
Billy Ray.
Because what happened was when my parents got divorced when I was young, my mother had primary custody, and mom only listened to country music. So that's what I grew up listening to until I was about 12 or 13 when I started trying to branch myself off. And that's when I started getting into I dedicated my life to Christ, and I listened to worship music mostly. Then
Our God is an awesome God. Hero.
Yeah,
You like that
Sing
one?
this song, Jesus Christ. Never.
You know, I get on my knees.
Yes, I know I get on my knees.
I know it, but then I got into Reliant K, Skillet, and some of
Skillet?
the Christian rock music.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever
And
seen
then
that South Park episode?
Which one?
You know which one. You know the one where they're making fun of Christian rock.
No, I don't remember it.
It was totally a Mormon episode, and they did one about Christian rock. They're like,
Did
"Oh,
he
you
get slapped? Oh, that's Chris Rock. I'm sorry.
no, not Chris rock." It was, they were making fun of Christian rock, and they were like, "All you're gonna do is like sound like your creed, and then like say like nice things about Jesus, and like, oh, I'm on my knees for Jesus, woo,
Christian Rock Hard, 7th episode of or 9th episode of the 7th season.
Mr.
Yeah,
I think that was a little bit before I started watching it.
Oh, you youngster, you.
So
What
I'll
could I
have
say?
to watch that one.
Omar,
trying
will
Did
to
you start
please do
walking
this
from
video?
birth, Brad, or did you crawl first? Just wondering.
I don't know.
Damn, you were there too. Isn't that crazy?
I just want to feel you inside me, Jesus. Woo! The South Park songs, y'all don't. Never mind. All right.
When
I
Jesus,
saw it a long time
Jesus
ago.
South Park and Santa.
It's
We
like
play
2009, 2008, maybe.
Play that video for
What,
everybody.
the Christian Rock Hard? That
Yeah,
came out in
bro.
2003.
No, it couldn't have been that soon. Maybe it was. I don't know. Just
No.
watch that. Watch that episode. Watch the Christian Rock episode.
I'm
It'll
sure
be
it's on
funny.
YouTube.
Is all. Is all. I forgot we were doing Flad today. We should probably get into
Are you
some
sure?
cases.
You show that video.
Glad with a musical
Please,
accompaniment. That's all.
Please, Omar,
Yes.
will you please show a little bit of that video I sent you
Oh, you sent me a video?
in private chat?
Right. Let's
And
see.
make sure everyone can hear it and see it.
If I get copyright striked, I don't care.
I don't think you will.
I think we've talked long enough in this that you shouldn't be caught.
Jesus Christ, I know what's about to happen.
Oh,
I knew
I've
this guy.
seen this one.
I've seen the show.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus. Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. He taught me how to live my life as it should be. He taught me how to.
This
turn
isn't
my
as good as
I've had
Jesus
friends
Christ
before,
is my
I can tell
N-word.
you that. He's one who will
Oh,
never
God.
leave you flat.
Now, how many crosses can you find in the words "the tilted lawyer"?
I have a friend in Jesus. Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. He taught me how to pray and how to save my soul. He taught me how to praise my God and still play rock and roll. The music may sound different, but the message is the same. It's just an instrument to praise his name.
All right. With that, I'm converted. Sign me
Man,
up.
going back to church tonight. Break in if I have to. Do you see how peppy it can be?
Oh,
It's odd.
bro, I used to be a youth pastor for a couple of years. I'm well aware of how peppy you could be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Depends on
all
the
right.
age group you're dealing with.
All right, man.
Rapping for Jesus.
uh,
That's the name of the video.
Oh, I remember an age where they used to rap for Jesus. I remember that shit.
You haven't seen this one. This is a meme created out of the internet.
I don't want her saying Jesus is my N-word. I will not. I will not do that. I'm not doing that.
Bait, it's bait. Don't
You-
take it.
you gotta listen to it when we're not live.
Yeah.
All right, maybe we're not live, but not right now. Okay, let me
Can
just
I read this one?
reconduct. Do it, Schnitzel. You want to read? Do it.
Okay. Our breakups. First relationship ever ended in marriage after 10 years and in divorce 6 months later. Advice appreciated.
Oh,
You have some super chats. You want to look at them?
absolutely, I do. Let's see. Aquaneta's been a member for 6 years. We got that one. We love you, Omar, and everyone. We
6
love you
years?
too. Just Ricardo says $2. Break a guy who will change and he'll never care to. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that statement. And then Aquanet with the 2 says, praise God. Hell yeah. Oh, Jesus is my friend. I have a friend in Jesus.
It's catchy.
All right, man. Okay, go for it.
Hey
Schnitzel.
guys, I, male 33, met my girl when I was 23. She was 19. So 4-year difference.
All right.
I never had a girl before and I never had dates before. We moved in together after 6 months and had a wonderful relationship since then, although it was not perfect, but real. We experienced many things together, good ones and less good ones, but always felt and behaved like a team. As we both studied beside the job, we waited with marriage until, is this translated from another language?
I don't fucking know.
With
You
marriage
wanted me-
until last year October, when we were together 9 years. It was perfect. Unfortunately, after the ceremonial, my stepfather was diagnosed with cancer, and I got the news that I will lose my job in November of this year. It was a tough time. Therefore, the situation was tensed sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like it's like probably translated from like Hungarian or something.
In early February, I noticed a change in her behavior, that she got a little bit distant and things like that. One day, she said she wants no longer be with me without knowing a special reason. I tried to do anything the last 8 to 10 weeks, but only made things worse. It is as I don't know my person anymore.
Don't know the person.
Not that I'm just super comfortable right now because I don't want to lose my person and be without her, but also as things seem to be decided, I have fear that I will never experience something like that again. I don't know something other than her. All the memories, the places, the intimacy, all the first ones. I feel alone without her, without my person. For now, it doesn't feel like a life. It just feels like surviving day by day. I'm scared to miss her, and I'm scared to begin from scratch at 33, as I also lose my job and stepfather. Sorry if I've fucked up case-sensitive writing, but I'm typing on my phone and have German keyboard layout. Thanks.
That's pretty close. I said Hungarian. It's German. Oh shit. I guess. How old is this young man? 33.
33.
They're 4 years apart. She's 29 now.
So do you ever see this where people are dating for a long time, they get married, and then within 6 months to a year, they want to get divorced?
Yes.
And why? What would you say the reason typically is?
Well, because when you're dating people, you get to show them the best parts of yourself. Like you could go to your girlfriend's house and you could like show her all of the things that you're good at. Like maybe you're good at cooking. Maybe you like have like this shared interest in music or whatever. Maybe you're just a really good host. Like for a couple of hours, you could be perfect. But living together is a different thing altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping habits,
Can I
cleanliness.
say one thing I heard from someone before? They said you can love someone, but you can't always live with them.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's true.
People are fucking weird by themselves, you know? Like people have weird habits. Like some people just need a lot of space. Some people don't need any space at all. Some people are just like disgusting to live with. Some people are just too ADHD to live with. It runs the gamut.
My weird habit is getting really energized right before bed, and it annoys the fuck out of my husband.
Hey, honey, you wanna? No, I have a headache.
He doesn't ask.
No, it's not really that. It's more like poking and prodding and all the things that are fun to me that are probably not fun to receive.
You want to go poke over there because it's bedtime?
But I'll say, we got advice that he should loosen up a little bit.
He needs to poke
out of
back.
the ass. And just be more accepting.
Exactly. This person was like, "You married her. You knew this."
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty open straight up front, so it's not like you kept any secrets, I'm sure, right?
Right.
My wife's
We've
biggest
known each
thing
other
is-
for a long time.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
she talks during movies, man. She talks during like TV shows. Like, why don't you just shut the fuck up and then answer your question like in 30 seconds? And if you do that, then I will also be filled in on the answer because I don't fucking know. How about let's just enjoy the show together?
People who talk through movies, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, they deserve to be flogged.
They need to be in their own theater by themselves. I will buy all the tickets they want to sit.
Ask all the questions you want by yourself. You know what? Ask ChatGPT. How about that?
We're here to watch a movie to discuss later. Over drinks and in bed. Okay. Leave it alone.
100%, man. Brad, what is your faux pas?
My faux pas? I don't
Living with your
Are
significant
you
other.
retentive?
Mrs. Brad.
Are you the one with a stick up your ass, or is it her? There's always one. It can't be both of you.
Probably that I'm glued to my desk.
Damn it! Like doing like programming and stuff because you're
No.
IT.
Because I'm doing work. If I'm not doing work, then I'm wanting to interact socially with my friends or.
Yeah, if I know programming like Brad, so when I was talking to his wife, I'd be like, so if you want to do this, then we do this, and if we don't do that, then we do that, because that's program, right? If then statements. So he's kind of talking in code or binary dot 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 zero dot.
Yeah,
It's something
mine is like it's like 90 degrees outside. It's like 70 degrees in the house. It's fucking hot.
yeah, it's freaking hot here too.
Stay on your side. Yes.
Stay over there.
I'm not a bedtime cuddler. I like to have my blanket tucked in a certain way behind me. I like to have my hair over my exposed ear because I sleep on my side, and I don't like anyone up next to me. But our son still sleeps with us in the bed, so it's constant like feet in the back and body heat.
But you can sleep, right? You sleep through it, or
Most of the time.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
My wife's dog will cuddle up next to her under the covers. But then during the night, she starts migrating to my side of the bed and she'll put her lava paws on me. And it's like, dog, if I wanted it to be warm, I'm already under the covers. I don't need you touching me. And then
lava paws.
And then I move over and then she moves closer to me. And then I literally have to get up and push her back over. And it's like, no, go away.
I used to sleep on my wife's ass at night, and then I got Dutch ovened. I was like, yeah, what the fuck? I was mad at her forever. I was mad at her for like, still mad.
I'd probably do that to you night one. Really get the fuck off my ass. I need my space. Is that all it takes?
Granted, what the fuck was that? Jesus. Uncalled for, unnecessary.
Excessive.
Oh, that's exactly what happened. I'm still mad about it. What are you gonna do?
So, what if your in-laws were the Fockers? Wouldn't that be?
Oh, Jesus! Yeah, the Fockers. Do you all even know what that movie is? The Fockers.
Of course, I've got Pete's Focker. Can you milk me?
I got nipples, Greg.
Yeah, I've got nipples. Can you milk me?
Do you like Peter, Paul, and Mary? I like it. Puff the magic dragon. Are you a weedhead fucker?
That's such a good movie.
The diversity of Robert De Niro too, right? When you go way back to The Godfather.
Oh yeah,
You
that
know?
fucking guy.
Oh my God!
So from that Godfather to Cape Fear to Meet the Fockers,
Yeah, here too. Yeah.
Meet the Parents or whatever. Jesus, oh, I gotta watch that again. Anyway, so I forgot what this guy was even asking.
Yeah, I missed most of this. I had to leave.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about right now?
First relationship ever ended in marriage after. Sorry.
We read the whole thing, but we talked. Oh, I asked you what was the reason, like when you see people who have dated a long time get married and then want a divorce 6 months to a year in, like what is generally the reason why?
Well, generally the reason is because you have no idea who your person is 24/7. You know who they are like 3 hours of the day. You could put on a show for 3 hours of the day. It's much harder to do that. Look, I advocate for people living together. I advocate for people spending time together as much as possible before marriage. That's what you're in for the rest of life. Like, you need to know if your husband is going to be like this messy slob. You need to know if your wife is going to be like
a Dutch ovener.
The Dutch ovener. You need to know that. You need to know that and make informed decisions. Like, I feel like it's like why would you buy a car without inspecting the full thing? Because look, just realistically, most people are not virgins when they get married. They've been used in various regards. You're essentially buying a used car. You would never buy a used car without putting it through the ringer and testing every aspect of the used car, making sure that it's something you're comfortable purchasing for $50,000 or whatever.
Robinson anal.
Make sure it's lubricated.
Make sure it's lubed, you know, make sure it's got proper oil changes and all of that. And it doesn't have like weird psychopathic fantasies of like stuff.
Check the dipstick.
Make sure when you backhand that you actually make contact.
Yeah, make sure that lady knows how to cook or like she's willing to learn. Make
Or
sure
that man knows how to cook and clean
Hell
up his own
yeah,
fucking
no.
clothes off the
Yeah.
floor.
It was just my muffler.
make sure he's gonna get off his ass and like mow the grass and use the weed whacker every now and then and put down the landscape. Make sure he's willing to do some yard work before you're willing to jump all the way in.
I jumped the gun on that one.
You don't
But
do what?
If you go back a few generations, we're talking World War II, right? In Vietnam. You usually it was in many cases, let's get married because we don't know what's going to happen later. I love you,
Right.
I love you, right? So they're now in it for the rest of their lives. Then
Yeah.
generations later, hey, let's get high and peace, love, joy, right? Think about
Right.
it. So all six of us will live together the rest of our lives.
Yes.
Now their generation is, you know what? I don't need to get married at 18, 16, 23.
Right.
It's more of, I'm going to wait till in my 30s. I want to be
Mhm.
established. I want degrees. I want
Experience
a
life.
good job, take care of myself. And then we can, maybe get married, maybe date in the meantime. But
There's not
I
the
noticed
same
that.
gender discrimination that occurs. Like the genders are more equal than they've ever been. Like females earn, males earn, in different ways. And so it's less a financial need to get married as it used to be, like in the 60s or the 70s,
yeah,
or the 50s, 40s, whatever. The Great Depression, the 30s, which were, thanks to Donald Trump, right back in. Fucking Brad.
I didn't start it. Don't start nothing. Ain't
Yeah,
beat
but
nothing.
you said you vote for him in 2028.
Excuse me.
On Monday, Brad. On Monday. on Monday.
Wait a minute. 2028 is a future.
Oh. Brad's like, hey man,
No.
I'm gonna start this shit.
Remember,
See,
this
that's
is
the
his
problem.
last term.
When
He can't
when
go
you
again.
make concessions about certain topics, someone makes a statement about something you said without including the concessions, and then they try to use it against you.
Yeah.
You said that he is definitely not going to run for a third term. And I said, okay, just imagine that the laws have changed and he is running for a third term. Would you vote for him? And you said yes.
Yes, because if the laws are changed, then it doesn't matter. But if the laws don't change, then he can't run, so you can't vote for him
I feel
because
like it's implied 2028. Like I'm implying that like he can run.
because you're
Yeah, it's a
asking about
debate.
it.
It's a debate situation, Brad. She's just putting that out there, and you have to deal within the.
She just
context
lost
of
your
the-
salad, Brad.
Uh-huh.
You're good, man. Look, we will discuss on Monday night. Monday night. And you will
You're
have
really going to make me stay up until midnight to argue until 2 a.m.
Bro, that's when I do my best arguing is at 2 a.m. So you're at an advantage.
So it'll be
You
5.
can agree with
5
you,
in the
Brad.
morning.
In 5 minutes. Look at it.
Try that.
So far, you're right.
I'll
Bye.
be asleep by the time he gets done with his main point.
I think we're done with that guy. I'm moving on. I didn't like that one. Anyway,
So what did you say? What should he do?
I forgot. He should move on. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
Honestly forgot what it was about. I'm not going to read
If he doesn't want to be with him,
You're
don't.
33. Go find yourself another 23-year-old and you'll be happy again.
At 33, 100%. At 33, if he was 40, go find yourself someone else then. Like, what are you worried about? Like, go find somebody that's going to be with you for whatever it is that you think that you are, you want to be. Then find somebody that's going to be more aligned with you. Why waste your time at 33 years old with somebody that don't want you? That would be my advice to him. The same as it was to that other young lady in the scenario before this. Date selfishly. At 33, as a guy, you still have the length of rope to date selfishly. So use it.
Pray to God your wife finds someone so you can stop paying alimony.
Oh, well, that's the other thing. But luckily, they're young enough where it's unlikely that they have long-term marriage where he's going to be
Said 10 years.
Were they married for 10 years or less than 10?
No, they were married for 6 months. They were dating for 9 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a short-term marriage. There's no penalty for that. There's likely no alimony at all.
Legally, not enough time in you.
Yeah. All right. So this person wants to know, is there any advice for my situation or words of encouragement? I'm soon to be filing for divorce. Let me see what I can do for this person. Hello, everyone. I'm typing this post because I'm expecting soon to be a divorced dad. Oh, I've been there. To start filing. I've been together with my wife since middle school for about 8 years before marrying her and being married for 4. We have 2 kids. One is 7. The other is 10 months old. Jesus. That's rough.
Bad timing.
We've lived together before, but now have an apartment. The lease is about to end soon. In about a month and a half. It's been a horrible marriage, honestly. I don't know how I survived this long with her, considering the fact that both our families have some kind of resentment towards either me or my wife, as well as she always has something to complain about me, yet never wants to leave or divorce.
Romeo and Juliet situation.
Yeah, I'm also like thinking that this guy's kind of full of shit. There's already a red flag here. That whole 2-sentence run on, whatever.
Me. Yeah.
I literally do everything you can think of, cooking, paying for all the bills, paying for our kids. Yeah, but like you finish in like 30 seconds. And so
You may not do everything.
I mean, good for you filling out your scorecard, but what does she have to say about it is all I'm saying. I literally do everything you can. He pays the bills, he cooks, pays for our food, kids' needs. Always says she just wants me to change, but I've been changing for basically all my life. That's fucking life, guy. Life is just a one big, long series of change. I can't change it for you. Nothing ever stays the same. Go cry to your mama then. Like, what does he want from me? What is he even looking for here?
What, a cookie? I lost my parents 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yet she is still always getting mad for the smallest things ever. Yeah. Let's just name every girl who's ever lived. You think that's going to change because he finds somebody new? People are going to get mad at you for small, stupid things. It's the nature of humanity. Treating me like shit, telling her parents every single thing about what we go through. I've mentioned the lease is ending soon. Am I being too harsh? Am I like already being too harsh on this guy?
A little bit.
All right, I'm a little harsh. Let me dial it back. Let me dial it back.
But you can relate to this being a divorced dad. So you can you have a different perspective, correct?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. So I've mentioned the lease is ending soon. I can't seem to stay any longer. We'll probably leave beforehand. I left before already, but was still helping out, paying most of the rent here, and will continue to help out until it's over, just due to the fact that my sons still live here. She will probably end up moving back with her parents. I'm all for the traditional family life, but it just seems like it can't work between us. And especially after everything, every single time we argue, I mention to her about leaving, and all of a sudden, she becomes nice and treats me different. But I know it's going to keep ending up being the same thing as always, so I am just looking forward to leaving very soon and filing for divorce. Eventually, trying to figure this all out with my sons, since she is definitely going to refuse to let me have them unless we go through court. I just know it. That's the most honest sentence that he's stated in this whole thing.
Like the Pavlov's dog. He's and he threatens divorce, and she sweetens up, and this is in his head, I'm sure.
I honestly see the scenario a lot. I guess my questions are: does anyone have any advice on my situation? Words of encouragement? How do I stop feeling bad for her about leaving, knowing she's going to feel? Yet I've been suffering being with her this entire time, only staying because of my sons. I've only stayed this long because my sons, and I feel as if I should have done this sooner, but I feel as if it is time now. Officially, I just feel like I'm too empathetic, and every single time I look at her night before I already made up my mind, I start to feel terrible and imagine everything in the future. What am I going to tell my son's house? She's going to manipulate their minds as she always does to my oldest son. So I guess, again, what kind of advice do you guys have for me? He's talking about parental alienation. Let me just tell you something about that. If the other parent becomes the primary parent and they have it in their mind that they're going to indoctrinize your children with the fact that you're the bad guy and they are the good guy, that's what's, in the simplest terms, parental alienation is. It was a term that was coined first in the Woody Allen case back in like the early 90s, late 80s, I think it was. But it's a very real thing where the primary parent, the one that has the most access to the children, indoctrinates the children with this idea that the dad is bad and the mom is good, and everything that ever happened negative in the family was the result of dad's poor actions, not vice versa. So he's not wrong in saying that. But where he might be feeling sorry for himself a little bit, and everybody kind of does, like, it's fascinating when marriages break up, when relationships end. Both parties, without fail, assign the most blame to the other party. Nobody ever says, yeah, I was the one that fucked it up. Nobody ever says that. It's always like, yeah, dad has an alcohol problem and he smokes cigarettes. Or mom has a major depressive disorder and she might be bipolar for all I know. She's effing crazy. It's always these accusations going back and forth, and everybody wants to be viewed as the saint in court. So when I roll my eyes at this guy talking about, oh, I did this and that, and I was such a good guy, and I tried, fuck off with all of that. You were a normal guy. You were a normal dad that wanted your family to work, and it didn't work out, and you did some things, and she did some things, and it's probably even if I'm keeping score. Chances are she's not like this evil, sociopathic serial killer that you want to make her out to be. Chances are that maybe she's not even trying to play parental alienation. I don't know any of those things yet. I'm getting your side of the story. So when I hear this guy coming into my office telling me these things, immediate red flags. Because I know I'm only getting one side of the story. What's really happening here is...
What's your face look like? Do you just like shake your head facing down? Or
no, I'm pretty poker. I have a pretty damn good poker face. Matter of fact, when it comes to poker,
got winked by the judge.
Oh, when the judge winked at me, I don't know what do I do with that? I look like an idiot.
That's right up in here, I'm sure.
See, the judge is winking me, so I was like, okay, I waved like an idiot.
That's my win.
But generally, you got to keep a poker face because, look, you're just trying to listen to what they have to say in their story. And then it just becomes about, okay, if you're saying this about your partner, what is about that can we prove? Is that your subjective interpretation of their behavior, or is there something backing it up? Those are two different things. And when there's not evidence to support their assertions, then it becomes about what's really actually maybe going on. And then you literally have to, it's kind of the reason for this show. Then you, at that point, if there's no evidence to support the fact that, oh, she's this evil sociopath, okay, so then what's really going on? What do you really expect to happen? What is it that you're really looking for? Are you looking to flip custody because she's a bad mom? Well, no. Okay. So at the heart of this, what are you looking for? I just want as much time with my children as possible. I can help with that. But what I'm not going to do is go into court and say that she's a bad mom because you say so, because of all of your subjective evaluations. I'm just not going to do that. You want to vilify her, she's going to vilify you. And then together you will vilify each other. And then where's that going to leave us? Nowhere. So let's just get on with that. You're not a bad person. She's not a bad person. You guys both have the best interest of your child at heart, presumably.
And in the end, the kids are still around. You got to raise them.
Well, they're not going anywhere. I'll tell you what, they're going to grow older whether or not you like it. They're going to go from 5 years old to 15 years old pretty quick.
Yeah.
So what do you want? Do you want a hug? Do you want me to buy you a beer?
Therapy. 8 years marriage, and he didn't try or suggest therapy. If he wants to stay together, doesn't want to stay together, right? Which these days, I think everybody needs therapy at one point or another and could be beneficial.
I don't know how old the guy is. I honestly don't know how old he is. Yeah. But to the extent that he's old enough to know better, I mean, look, let's just say he's in his late 30s, early 40s, whatever, or something.
Yeah, but he's wishy-washy.
Yeah, you can't be like that as a man. You can't be like that as a woman.
Or woman, yeah, exactly.
Wishy-washy as a personality disposition is a path towards failure. Some might argue it's the road to perdition.
This is a road to communicate, right, Brad?
It is a failure to communicate. There's some men that you just can't reach. Yeah. If the man wants a beating, I guess he's going to get a beating.
50 eggs Can you imagine 50 boiled eggs?
Did you have to say 50? Why couldn't you have said 30?
No. Yeah, but the triathlon or whatever you're going to do with Lauren, 50 eggs.
Oh, yeah. No, we got to do a part 2 schnitzel.
Part 2.
Somebody was asking for part 2. I think we should do it. I don't know what it's going to look like, but we should do it.
What were they saying we should wait for after?
We got to go over the charges after we got the discovery back from the DA.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an idea for a future show. We definitely got to do that one.
That'd be good. A little more time to prepare.
Yeah, after you had a few prison burritos and stuff, you know?
Hotboxing my inmates.
Hotbox the inmates, got a taste of the prison cuisine.
So I have a theory. Let me know that it might be around 50 grand for the arraignment for the bond.
Yeah.
But it's possible because she's maybe people are thinking she's it's not a dangerous offense, so it could be lower, and she's going to show up for trial.
Yeah, it's not about the danger though.
One other thing, they may also release her on what they call own recognizance.
No chance.
You don't think so?
No, because she's facing 33 years. The exposure makes her a flight risk no matter what.
Isn't that the max? Or when they say you're facing 33 years, do they say just whatever the max could be? Because we like, okay. But it's so even though it's not like an aggravated.
No.
So there's aggravated sentencing, and then there's the physicality of the charges, which is.
I mean, I'll give you an example. A really good one. Sarah Boone, facing life in prison. Should she have been convicted of life in prison? No. That charge is basically 3 years sopping wet. But she got life because she's a fucking idiot. And she couldn't show remorse. Not at her trial, not even at her sentencing hearing when she'd already been convicted. So with Laura Owens, it might be far-fetched to say, oh yeah, she's definitely going to get 33 years. Well, if she tries to pull the same stupid shit that she's been with David Gingras, she's getting 33 years because you know what? Fuck you then. 33 and a half years, max. You're going to serve guilty on all counts to be served consecutively 33 and a half years.
Especially if she's writing things about how the judge and the court system all against her and all this, right? It's like you're doing what he did.
That's why I told her she needs to get away from that guy, David Gingras. The guy is poison to her right now. Yeah. He's always been poison to her. She just never knew it. And now that she's facing these 7 felony counts, she should never talk to him ever again.
What I took away from June 10th trial was that he's not a trial lawyer. I didn't see him really handling things well, smoothly, whatever, right?
Yeah.
If you go back and watch that video, I think Schnitzel has it. If you watch just him and his actions and reactions and his verbiage and all that, and his cross-exam and all that, there are some lawyers that are just not trial lawyers, correct? They're just
100%. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
He was in over his head. He had the losing case. He didn't have his witness was not prepared. He didn't know the facts of the case. He allowed his client to perjure herself 4 times on the stand, at least, according to the DA. And now she's facing 33 years in prison because of his inability to marshal the evidence.
Yeah.
That's the only evaluation that I have for Gingras is that, look, whatever, you've been an attorney for 25 years. You did the whatever, what's that case? Schnitzel.
The Bill Show.
Not Deadpool. It was some nefarious website.
The Dirty?
Dirty Dog.
The Dirty. Oh, yeah, did the Dirty lawsuit or whatever. You run Dr. Phil. Yeah, fuck off. You don't have the trial experience. You don't have the charisma. You don't have the likability to carry a case through to trial. You were a fucking asshole during pretrial. You were not likable in pretrial.
This is good feedback. You would think he'd hear this and reevaluate himself.
Oh no, not him. This is way too late for him.
Right?
Yeah.
He's a narcissist, though.
I'm gonna try to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this message would have had to got to him when he was like 16 years old. But at 56 or whatever old he is, he's already is what he is. And the reality is he doesn't have the temperament. He doesn't have the confidence, quite frankly. He doesn't have the sensibility to carry a high-profile case all the way through trial. And what he did, honestly, to Laura Owens, whatever you think about her, is criminal. If ineffective assistance of counsel could be personified in a case, in a family law case, just use David Gingras as a case study. It was abhorrent the way that he represented her. And that's about the lowest evaluation of an attorney that I could possibly give.
I mean, how many lawyers use social media the way he did?
I know of
It's like
none.
unprecedented.
Yeah, literally none.
Right.
You do not try your case in social media. Either he was doing it on purpose because he wanted to get famous, or he was too stupid to realize the damage that he was doing.
Yep.
Either
Or
way,
both.
or both. Either way, his client is now facing 33 years in prison, state prison at that.
And don't forget, there's a lot of stuff we don't know yet. Right?
There's some things that I know.
I bet you do, but I don't. And I'm just wondering, what don't I know? That's
I
really
know
gonna come
that
out in
if
trial?
Laura Owens was, look, she might have fired a bunch of attorneys before Gingras, but Jesus Christ, did she pick just the
doozy.
worst hand?
She picked
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like she has a history of firing the ones who will not do what she wants them to do. And he
Yeah.
was the only one, or the first one of in the line of people
Right.
who would do what she wanted to do.
Or
It
like
won't
when you did the role play and you're like, well, I'll just say this. And Omar's like, no, you can't do that. Right.
But nobody fucking cares if you say that.
I'm not going to
Nobody's
represent
going to agree with you.
If you did do that, then I'm not representing you because we're not going to win. We're not going anywhere.
And like the simplest argument against what she was saying was, you already admitted to these charges on the stand under oath multiple times.
But I think the thing with her is she thinks that if she explains it, she is going
Yes.
to convince people. So
That's
I
Sarah
keep
Boone,
doing that.
right? That's
Yeah.
Sarah Boone. I want my time on the witness stand to explain myself. Just like the prosecutor who wanted to go under oath in the Alec Baldwin. Remember, she goes, "Oh, I'll go up on the
Yep.
stand and talk about the
Yeah.
bullet." I'm like,
Yep, I remember.
Amy, I felt I shouldn't say anything bad about the lady, but I'm like, really? You sealed the case right there. God.
Laura Owens, you have to talk to her the way that I did. And look, she took me for a loop. Like she gave me a really big headache. She really did.
She originally contacted you, correct?
Oh, she would. If I had,
You mean me as Laura, right?
yes, you as Laura.
Oh.
I just had the biggest headache afterwards. You were like, this fucking lady. Like, she had me off my game. It was like, I'm not even talking about the most impertinent points. Like, she's
Oh,
I mean, like talking about this stupid shit that doesn't even matter.
you wanted a 5-minute break.
I needed a half a minute.
Can we take a 5-minute break?
And then I was like, hey, you're going to be in prison until you're mid-60s. Like, yeah, well, maybe you can come right along with me. He's like, no, not me.
Yeah, I would rather go to
It's
jail.
going to be your gastrointestinal deficient no partner.
They don't
I would love
deliver
to see her
TV
mom in
there.
there right along with her.
Oh,
And
Her
not just to be an asshole, but because I think that
There's a
she's
conspiracy
responsible
or
for a lot
some-
of the
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
I
don't
feel
know.
bad you said that, but I agree. I have to agree with you, you know?
Agree with who? Schnitzel or me?
Yeah, no, it's Schnitzel. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only
Um,
say I love my child, I'll do anything. Well,
Does anybody remember what this case was about that we were reading?
Nope.
no, we finished this one.
Oh, we did?
I don't know.
Well, then let us move on. I feel like it was,
What the hell? We can't solve all the world's problems, you know?
we're over 2 hours in. I got 3 more to get through. We might not get through them all. Let's just do our
Mm.
best. How about that? This next person. Oh, this one is a doozy. I think if this is the one I'm thinking of. Anyway,
You're
this
selling
person,
it up front. Good job.
yeah, they want to know: am I the asshole for considering calling off my wedding because my fiance refuses to sign a prenup after I found out she has massive credit card debt? Oh shit. Well,
The story.
it's been a tough few days for me after sharing my story here, but I feel like I'll give you guys an update. So my first post, I'm just a middle-aged man, supposed to be getting married in a few months to my fiance. We've been together for 3 years, engaged for 1. And for most of the time, I genuinely believed we were on the same page about life, values, and most importantly, honesty. For background, I've worked hard to build a stable financial foundation. I'm not wealthy, but I own my own home outright. I have no personal debt. I've been saving and investing since my early 20s. It's been a priority for me, especially since my parents went through a nasty divorce from them financially. About a month ago, while we were discussing wedding costs, I brought up prenup. Not in a cold or controlling way. I just wanted to protect the life I've worked hard to build. I was upfront that I'd still be fair and the agreement wouldn't leave her with nothing. I expected an adult conversation. Instead, she immediately got defensive. She said things like, "So you're already planning for a divorce?" And I thought we trusted each other. I tried to explain it wasn't about trust. It was about transparency and mutual protection. But she shut it down completely, and that's when red flags started popping up. She became evasive every time money came up, and I started noticing weird things about credit card offers in the mail, a few missed payments on shared expenses. She said she'd cover. Lots of "I'll handle it later" energy. So I asked directly if she had debt. She admitted $92,000 in credit card debt, not student loans, not a mortgage.
Jesus.
Well, the good thing is that it's not student loans. That's a good thing. Credit card debt, you could wish that away, honestly. Have her file a Chapter 7 and then,
Yeah, Chapter 7 it away.
yeah, they will
That's-
eradicate that entire debt. I know might not be the most ethical thing to do, but it's the thing to do before you get married.
You really don't want
anyway.
to get tied to that, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better than having $92,000 in debt accruing at 27% APR
Oof.
Or
And what to show for it,
35%.
right?
or 38% with some of these other ones. She said it accumulated over the year. Yeah, no shit. From unexpected expenses and a few dumb splurges, but she never told me
You
about
don't unexpected expense $92,000. I've been watching so much financial audit. It makes me recognize how dumb I was in my 20s and using credit.
Yeah. Well, most
But-
people in their 20s are dumb financially. They just are.
Right. And
Hard to
I
know.
had the internet and I had the option to do it. But now that I'm in a completely different situation, we're finally getting ourselves under control and not spending like wild animals. This $92,000 is a lot of money to have spent.
Oh, it's like I told my daughter, it's like, "Oh, you got this grant for $10,000. Well, put that shit in like the S&P 500. And by the time you hit like 45 or 50, you're going to have $1.8 million.
But Dad, I want to buy Bitcoin.
Just pretend that money doesn't exist. That's like a full-blown, like a guarantee towards like an advance towards retirement. Just put it away, go get yourself a job. Hell, I worked graveyard shift. I was making $7 an hour. You could do that. If someone's going to grant you $10,000, you don't got to pay it back. Put that in the S&P $500 when you're 18 years old, and watch what happens when you're 50.
I heard a really fantastic statistic, and this statistic makes me want to get rid of the traditional way of funding Social Security just because of how silly this concept is. You could give every newborn child $1,000 as a birth gift and have it in a retirement account invested, and then by the time they pull out, they would pull out the same amount of money that they would expect to get out of Social Security.
That's not the worst idea you've ever had, Brad. Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
It wasn't my idea, but
It was
that's
Bruce's.
that's a wild statistic that I heard. To think it's so interesting to think, a lot of people get really upset at the idea of privatizing Social Security, but that's the kind of concept that people who talk about privatizing 1% of Social Security, that's the kind of concept they're talking about. Is if you give someone the ability to invest money themselves without taking it, and even people in my generation are skeptical at the idea that we'll even have Social Security to be able to draw from.
Yeah, they've been telling me that for 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
But I'll tell you what, if I've been paying into it for 30 years, I damn well want my end of the contract. If you got people who've been paying into Social Security, they deserve to be paid out. That's the
I
deal.
will-
You have to pay it during those decades, right? During the years.
Yeah. Furthermore, when Social Security was implemented in the FDR years, it was a boon to the financial. We had the greatest economic prosperity we've ever experienced when they implemented that strategy, because we were investing in the people of America. It represented like 1% of the entire GDP. When you compared it against military spending and all this other stuff, it was such a small expense. It represented a small investment in America, and it turned us into the prosperity of the 80s.
I don't know.
I know. And when we were doing all of those things and we were investing in the people of America and we were putting in all these programs and making it so that, people wouldn't be left behind, not that you're trying to like provide for them or whatever, like give them like free handouts, but you're just giving them an opportunity to make good on their representation of America. And America was never stronger than that one period when, after FDR and all of his great New Deal politics had played out over 30 and 40 years, we were never more prosperitable, if that's even a word.
Prosperous.
Now, prosperous. Yeah, now you're trying to get rid of that, forgetting, bro, our military budget is like $1 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff that they cut from Doge is a small fraction of that. A small fraction of that. But that's the way stuff
actually 16% of what
even if
Doge is finally cut.
It's significantly less. What that represents is, and the short-sightedness of it all is to not recognize that as an investment in the American people that we've always had, and that has allowed us to become the greatest superpower of the 20th century. And now if you take that all away, what's happening is telling. Nobody gives a shit about America anymore. China's going to start making deals with the EU. And they have made deals with the EU. And California, the United States is the one that is going to be left holding the bag. And good luck with that, because Trump is such a genius with his tariffs and all. Monday, Brad. Let's save this one for Monday. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying. What were we talking about? This lady with the mini 2000
non-negotiable for me. There you go.
What was that, Rob?
I told her that this made the prenup non-negotiable for me.
Well, look, a prenup is just like this. Look, imagine you guys are both in love. Just imagine you guys are 25 years old. You all don't know what you guys are going to be at 45. You don't know. You don't know. But you love each other now. Right now, you have the ability to litigate what's going to happen if you guys should happen to divorce. You think that he's a great person. You think that she is a wonderful person. And you don't want to take advantage of the other. All you want to do is just say that, look, if we ever don't work out, then you leave with what you have, I'll leave with what I have, and whatever we make together, we'll split in the middle. That's all. That's all you're saying. And you're doing it without finding out that he cheated on you for however many years, or she cheated on you for however many years, or he's this and he's that, or she's whatever. You're doing it with a clear mind and a clear conscience that you guys are both good people despite your many faults, and you're going to walk away unscathed because that's what you should do. And you don't want to ever create a situation for your partner where you're going to like take advantage of that person and stick the other person with giving up not only half, but like a lifetime of alimony because, well, it didn't work out. And now you owe me because you've been married for exactly 10 years. And now it's a long-term marriage in the state of California. And you now owe me alimony until I either remarry or pass away. It's a pretty bad deal for somebody in their mid-30s. So a prenup avoids all of that pretense. It is the most loving thing that you could possibly do with your partner. It signals to them that, look, I don't know who I am and I don't know who you are exactly. I know what I'm at right now, and who I am right now is I'm in love with you. Who you are is you're in love with me.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah. And then so we make this pact that I don't want you to suffer and you don't want me to suffer. And if anything goes bad, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what this crazy universe has in store for us. We're going to walk away unscathed. And we'll build whatever we build together and split it down the middle. And whatever you bring in, you'll take. Whatever I bring in, I'll take. And that's it. That's all the prenup is. That's all it is. It's an assurance that if shit goes bad due to unforeseen circumstances, we're not going to be at each other's throats and take advantage of one or the other.
And just bringing it up before marriage and asking for a signature or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I hate when I hear all these stories in movies and TV shows where it just causes a big conflict. It's like, it shouldn't be treated that way. You know?
It's immature. Well, let me put it to you. Brad, Rob, if your lady asks you for a prenup, would you be offended?
No, because I have money, so I don't want her to have it either.
Schnitzel, if your husband came to you and was like, you know what, I need a prenup or otherwise I'm not doing it, what would you say?
Well, I'm not marrying you for your money. I don't want to marry you for your debt.
With that prenup discussion that you talked about.
My husband paid off my debt before we even got married.
Oh, well, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Well, then I guess there's nothing to talk about. Just do the prenup anyway then.
Well, I guess it's good. He gave you a baby, so.
He gave me a baby. Oh, fuck right the fuck off.
Those are fighting words. Brad, you said the wrong thing.
She popped a watermelon. She did.
Oh, he done started World War III. Brad, I can't help you there, man. There's no redeeming.
Brad is the kind of man you wish you could get pregnant so they would just fucking understand what it's like.
Oh, have him get the baby.
Exactly.
Brad is going to go through menopause as a result of his comments.
My bussy ain't appealing to anyone.
I kind of hear his wife packing the luggage in the background. Do you hear that?
I don't know, man. Thankfully, she probably didn't hear what he just said. She's right in the back. What?
He's in a casita.
You motherfucker. Anyway, I think we've answered this guy's question about the prenup thing. You know, all right. Look, I don't have 3 more, right? I only got 2.
No.
We got 1 more in us. Do we want to do this one that's frustrated with their partner for settling for less in life, or this person that doesn't know how to move on?
Doesn't know how to move on.
Okay, let's do that one.
I meant the second one.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what
I will say. I wanted to share. I had an ex who is the personality type to just completely cut someone off when the relationship is over. So not that you need to be friends or anything, but you can acknowledge like each other's existence, maybe, is what I was used to before that and after that. But it was basically like I never existed. And that was really hard for me. And it actually took me like years to get over that situation. I wasn't still in love with him. I didn't want to be with him, but it was just I didn't know how to come to terms with that on my own. If like I was always used to getting the other half from the other person in some way.
Yeah.
And the impact of our mutual friends too, right? It's almost like divided.
We 100% had a lot of mutual friends.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's like that should be there for both of you. Even though you were together. Yeah.
So it made events and things like that really awkward.
Right.
And I am like, I'll go overboard trying to make those kinds of situations comfortable because I overcompensate for the other side of things. So anyway, that's why this one appealed to me.
All right. Well, let us carry on.
Let us make a salad.
Whose salad? Whose salad are we tossing?
Lettuce.
Romaine. I can't have iceberg. Just let romaine for me. Thank you.
Oh, look at you. Look at Rob being all bougie.
Iceberg isn't real lettuce.
Well, what kind? Well, I mean, what is it then?
I don't know. It's something just full of water.
I mean, isn't all like leaves full of water?
It was watercress and spinach and
kale.
Yeah, it's all full of water. Because that's what plants do is they drink water.
Well, where's the protein coming from, man? Jesus, you got to get some protein somewhere. Don't say where, Schnitzel.
Tofu.
No one say anything.
Impossible meat.
Yes.
Chickpeas.
Chickpeas are wonderful.
Lupini beans.
Totally.
Lupini beans. There's a place here called DeFalco's. It's a Italian delicatessen / all they order is everything from Italy. So
I will be sure to visit that place. Rob, where do you live, man?
Northern Phoenix.
Oh, you're right near the whole Owens thing, man.
Were you at the trial?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't make it in the room. Let's put it that way. So I hung out with Bruce and Dave out by the van.
I would have been at the trial, but I was in Hawaii at the time. So
well, I'm going to make the arraignment. I already called the courthouse to get the details, which I have.
Nice.
if there's ever anything
The map
pressing,
and everything.
I will make my way down there because it's so close. I might as well.
Well, you know arraignments, right? There's a bunch of people to say during the day, and they just run them through the boom, 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 boom. Is that how it works? Okay.
Well, arraignment is not the reason to go down there. There's like a 30-second hearing.
Yeah, exactly. But the
Your
other
Honor, my client would like to enter a not guilty plea, waive all formal readings and advisements, and set the next hearing for 60 days.
I'd like to speak about something.
Yeah.
I want to tell you
You didn't
something.
want to speak about nothing.
You can kiss my ass because they're just here to be arraigned. So
Do you think she already has her criminal defense
No.
lawyer? Do you think?
no, I do not.
But she would presumably have one by the 29th.
You don't
Well,
have to.
I know,
Hmm.
but
I would think. We'll see.
Mom could do it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not putting it past her to go with a public defender.
I would think
Because
so too.
I think that the retainer on this case is going to be somewhere about $100K.
Even when I went to
Didn't you
traffic
look at
court, they had a
financial
guy that said there's an attorney here that you can pay to represent you unless you want to represent yourself, and it's like $300 for him to just represent you for the one hearing.
Represent yourself. I'm gonna fuck that guy.
The first
Be
lawyer
that kind of lawyer.
first case with her in Clayton. He was just a young guy starting out.
That's like when I was like I used to work for the firm for a firm, and as a like young associate, just fresh out of law school, they would send me like to do like these traffic ticket trials. Like, what am I here for? This is stupid. It was the stupidest thing. Yeah, it was literally like, oh, the cop either shows where they don't, and so the case is dismissed, or you're doing a traffic trial and you're arguing with the cop and the judge is gonna just say, oh yeah, well we got him on radar going 85.
Exactly. I think I told you when I got the day after I got robbed at gunpoint, I got a speeding ticket. And I
Yeah,
completely forgot about the speeding ticket because of the other situation. And then I found out from the officer who was working my robbery case that there was a warrant out for my arrest, and I had no idea.
yeah.
And I was like, what? So he was like, don't
Slammed
worry.
you
Like,
into the car and everything, like I see on TV.
yeah. No,
I've
he
done that one.
was like, I'll take, like, I got you, just go to this courthouse and like go talk with them. And so like that got removed, and then I went to court and the police officer was there, but he wasn't there at first, so we waited an hour for him to show up.
Oh.
The prosecutor was like, no, we're waiting. And I was like,
Right.
okay. And then they said like you could go to trial, and I said, well, I don't really have a choice, do I? As in like what Omar said, like you're going up against the police officer, they're obviously not going to believe me. And the prosecutor was like, you always have a choice. And I was like, fuck off. Like, you know what I mean?
It's my ass.
Here's your American Express card, buddy.
I was like, well, I was robbed the day before and I'm sorry, I forgot about it.
You want to bend the fuck right over? How about that? And examine your ass.
I think it was like $200, but I didn't get any points on my license or anything.
Yo, I had the same thing before I became licensed as an attorney. Like they were doing like the full on like FBI background check on me. Like, hey, turns out you had a failure to appear in court. It's like, what? What? What do you mean? It was from like 1999.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I got a ticket in Vegas or going through Vegas once. It was. I didn't know what that
Paid it
was.
if you didn't gamble, damn it.
Anyway, I just told. I didn't fucking know. I was an idiot 19-year-old kid. I had no idea. They dismissed the thing, so they didn't care either. So, all right. Well, you could be an attorney then.
Did you see Edward later, the Maricopa County lawyer?
No, I didn't. I was in Nevada.
Yeah, he's. I looked him up. I did a little research. He's FBI investigation, working for Maricopa County under Rachel now.
Oh,
And remember how many times the FBI were contacted by somebody?
well,
You know, so
don't check that guy's computer.
yeah.
Try-
And I saw there's a picture of him and all that out there. So at least I got a little more detail about him. So I'm looking forward to how the case is going to go.
Well, let's get into this last case of the day before it gets too late. Jesus Christ, it's already 7:34. All right. So I don't know what to do with my boyfriend. I know maybe this isn't the platform, but I need some advice. I'm 25. I've been dating my boyfriend who's 25 for a year now. When we started hanging out and going out, I genuinely didn't think we'd end up dating. We were just hanging out. Then things started getting serious. He asked me to meet his mom. That's when I knew. Before this, I was a very chill girl. I noticed a red flag, but decided to ignore it. Basically, almost every time we were together, he received calls from a girl's name, Mother. So I kept it in the back of my mind. When we got to dinner for the first time with his mother, he received another of his calls. Did we read this one earlier?
It sounds eerily similar.
Yeah, it sounds similar, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you all are tracking that, let me know. So I kept it in the back of my mind. When we got to dinner for the first time with his mother, he received another of these calls. After dinner, I asked him for the first time. He said, "It's my ex's mom. I don't keep contact with her, but I do with her parents."
Scroll down to the end.
We did do this.
Yeah, we did this one.
Yep.
This was the first one.
Another
Right.
girl's wife fixed
About
phone.
how do you stay friends with the parents, not the.
I am blaming Schnitzel.
That was the perfect boyfriend that she broke up with, that she shouldn't fucking break up with.
Oh God, not this again.
All right. Well, this last one then is a short one. You know what? That was my fuck up for having it on there twice. That was my bad.
You're going to get snipped soon. Don't worry. We'll let you off the hook.
Well, we'll see what happens.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I got really strong swimmers and they will overcome the slipping of the tubes.
And that has happened. People have had vasectomies and still were able to have children.
Yeah.
Miracle babies. We'll see. I don't. Well, am I the asshole for getting frustrated that my partner is trying to settle for less in life? Oh, this is a life lesson question. I love my partner, but lately I've been feeling really frustrated. It seems like they're starting to settle for less than they're capable of, less ambition, less growth, less effort towards the life we both once talked about. It's like they've stopped dreaming or pushing for more. I know life can be overwhelming and not everyone moves at the same pace. But from my point of view, it feels like they're giving up too easily, convincing themselves that this is enough, when I know deep down they have the potential for so much more. I've tried to bring it up gently, but they say I'm being too hard on them or expecting too much. I don't want to seem ungrateful or controlling. I just want them to see them believe in themselves again. Am I the asshole for not being okay with them settling for less? I don't know how old this couple is.
Not a lot of detail.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, listen.
Is the settlement meaning him?
It's really
No.
both of them. The most honest take of this question is it's really for both of them. What does she want to be in life? What does he want to be in life? There are sheep and there are wolves. And which are you going to be? What's up, Lauren Nighty?
And sheep.
Who are you? How did I
There's
get
also
here?
sheep herder.
Are you a sheep or a wolf?
Hey, Lauren.
Are you a sheep or a wolf?
Me?
Yes.
I'm a dog.
Matt.
A frog?
She's a fucking frog.
A what?
A frog is probably more accurate. So.
I didn't even hear what you said.
I said I'm a dog.
A dog.
Oh, she's a dog. Well,
I
I
guess
guess
it was a frog in the jacuzzi.
well, Isabel says that she's a wolf.
Ah.
I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about.
Well, we're talking about this guy that wants to just like play World of Warcraft and eat Cheetos all day.
We don't even know if it's that. It's
I could
Those are goals.
the
What?
You didn't say good goals.
This is this lady's dilemma.
That is a good goal.
She has expectations out of life. Let's just assume she's in her mid-20s. Sounds like that's where she's at. Her husband's in her mid-20s, or her boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like looking at this guy's like, are you going to like get off your ass and like do something? Or are you going to work at the gas station all your life? And he's like, oh, I'm good right here. I get a paycheck. I can pay
Sounds
my
like a
bill.
trap.
I live in my mama's casita. And so, what's the problem?
She's got to set boundaries for herself, or we're assuming the gender here. They have to set boundaries for themselves.
Correct.
And say, hey, look, this is what I want out of life. I don't feel like it's what you want. I need some space and I need some time, and I need you to decide if that's what you want with me or not. And if it's not, then we'll make a decision. If it is, we can work through it together.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this before we got together. I'm kind of ambitious. I wonder what you're like, right? Like, these are the kind of things you learn before you spend
I
some
feel
time.
like those are things that you just see. Like, I feel like even in your 20s, like you could recognize somebody that's like on, like about their discipline, you know?
Yeah, up at 6 a.m. versus 10:30, 11.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's mid people in their lower to mid 20s, and they're not out there partying. They're grinding. They're working on their craft, and they're going to become something in life, and that's kind of the trade-off. Or they're all fucking around and like spending a paycheck. And
There's something to be said about the unintended consequences of your planning, because a lot of people, you can have hyper aggressive goals for things in the near term, but you don't really think through how busy your life can be when you are trying to meet those goals, and how much friction that can create in a relationship.
well,
So while this person may not be so eager to jump at the goals to try and make a certain timeline, they might actually be prioritizing the wholeness of the relationship that they're currently enjoying.
yeah, fuck all of that. Here's the truth, man. When you're in your 20s, you have no idea how fast
Dude,
time.
language.
No,
You missed Spicy Brad
We're
earlier.
past that, Lauren. We're
you did
past
miss Spicy Brad. Brad went off like an hour ago.
Yeah.
He
He
may have
rode on
gotten
her
off
like
as
a
well.
big dog.
Like Brad was triggered by something. I don't know about what, but he was triggered by something. He went off.
He gummed
Okay.
up.
Well, I'm pretty sure I already said cunt, so we're fine.
I'm just saying, look, when you're in your 20s, even when you're in your 30s, you have no idea how fast time goes.
Well, I'm well aware of my rapid movement.
You're
through life.
38-year-old Lauren 90.
Mhm.
Lauren, if you lose to a 44-year-old man in a swimming pool, I'm just going to say you're never going to hear
You're
the
only 44.
I'm just going to say, man, I'm going to wear that medal forever.
What medal, bro? What are you talking about?
I'll fucking make a medal. I'll make one. I'll have one made.
Your mom can make us a trophy.
You know what? I'm going to order a trophy. I used to be a soccer coach. I'm going to order a trophy. Champion of the swimming race.
Nobody told me that there was karaoke afterwards, and now I'm kind of hype.
Oh, yeah.
That's the third event.
We're going to get bottle service at a karaoke joint, and we're going to like play it up. Dominic's going to be there to film. It'll be great.
Oh,
Will
okay.
he sing?
Okay.
Will Dominic sing?
No, he's not going to do shit.
Oh, yeah, he didn't before. Good
Maybe
point.
me and him will maybe that'll be the thing.
I still put hearts on all of his little shorts that he puts out there, just so you know. I support him.
Gay.
Yay.
He still sends me gym pics. I sent him gym pics too. It's like, look at my gains, bitch. It's like, let's arm wrestle now.
You got to post those on your channel.
Well, maybe I will. It's like, hey, Dominic, what about this? Flex for
Look at this gun.
Anyway, what I was saying is, look, in your 20s, you have no idea how much life you lose when you waste time. You just don't. You have no fucking clue. Because, oh, my whole life is ahead of me. I got in 20 years, I'll be in my 40s or whatever. Yeah. But then you lose that time and you fuck it off. And then it's like, well, now what? You don't get that time back. You don't get it back. I think what's the biggest revelation for me as a 44-year-old man is seeing the people that I grew up with, that I went to school with, and they're all like just so regretful about the life that they wasted. If I can only go back to like 1999. Yeah, well, you can't, bitch. That time is gone. It's done. It's over with.
Right.
You get what you get in what you put in. And if you didn't put in jack shit, then you shouldn't complain when there's nothing there on the table for you.
Start today.
Carpe
Right.
diem. Carpe diem. Dead Poet Society.
Diem.
Seize the day.
Nice. Seize the day. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Dead Poet Society, not today.
Yeah. Another one that knows it. I love it.
Yeah, it's look, if you're in your 20s and you're partnered with some dipshit that is, just kind of wasting their days away, then you should make an executive decision. and make an ultimatum. There's nothing wrong with an ultimatum in your 20s, especially in your 20s. Either move on by yourself or move on to somebody with higher ambition, but do not get caught up and make a life decision with somebody that's not ambitious in their mid-20s, because the worst thing that's going to happen, I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. They're not going to be ambitious in their mid-20s. They're going to gain ambition in their late 40s. And they're going to be like, oh, I got this big plan. I'm just going to like put money in this and that. It's like, yeah, you just wasted 20 years and like fucked off your whole life. And now what, I'm supposed to suffer? No. You get somebody that you're equally yoked with. And you find somebody that has the same ambition as you, especially in your 20s, because that's the time to be selfish.
Hence multiple dating and dating for longer periods of time.
Date for selfishness, date for the things that you are looking for.
I don't think people like the word selfishness, but I know what you mean by it.
No, bro, that shit is exhausting.
What is exhausting? Dating selfishly or just dating in general?
That's all of it. Every single part of that equation.
Yeah.
Exhausting.
Get out dating. You need to do
something to be said about just staying single, honestly. There is. But it's less fun.
I'm in a gay relationship with Omar's dad, so I'm good.
Oh, yeah, you're covered. I forgot. Yeah.
She pegs my dad, or she pretends to.
That's what
he would if my dad. I don't think my dad would deal, bro. That's all I'm saying.
She loves canasta. That's all I know.
I don't think my dad would know what to do with Lauren. I don't think he would have any clue.
I don't know. We could high five or something.
But he wouldn't turn you down because like you're in your late 30s and he's in his
Brother, 60s. I'm 32. What is wrong with you? Why do you keep saying I'm in my late 30s?
She keeps going down a year every time. I'm 26. What do you want?
I know that Lauren is 32, but I always troll her when 34-year-old Laura 90.
I don't know, because sometimes you still call me Laura, so I'm not sure.
I know.
Brad is Bruce. So.
Brad is now Bruce and Rob and
I'm
See,
Smith.
Robert's cool. I don't have another R name in the panel, so he's safe.
Yes, but Pope Robert.
I think you do, but I think
there you go. What do y'all think about an American Pope? How about that?
I'm doing a
weird.
I got casted for a role in the movie this summer, and I'm be playing a priest.
Really?
So that's why I printed the. I was going, hurry up, pick a pope so I can print it to put on the wall in the background.
I could see Rob being a priest. I could see it.
Oh yeah, got the outfit and everything. It looks great.
You ever sing Jesus is my friend?
The tambourine.
Jesus. Jesus is my friend. Oh, you missed it, Lauren. You missed it earlier. You were vibing on Jesus is my friend.
God.
You can always play it again.
I can. I don't have it up anymore. You have to.
It's in your private
new
chat.
Jesus.
Hey, I found Lauren's favorite song.
I was watching the Brady Bunch song.
Go ahead. What is
they
it?
put all the songs together. It's a good time day. Everybody's smiling.
Wait, what is this?
Good time day. Oh, you're watching.
Jesus is my friend? You thought that was my favorite song.
Lauren's favorite song.
Why are you such a jerk?
I love the like bass guitarist there.
Oh my God! Stop dancing!
My life as it should be. He taught me how to turn my cheek when people laugh at me.
The Spanish version of Donny Osmond.
All right with that. No. If I get copyright strike, I don't even care.
There's got to be a lot of those out there that just cracked up. But do you remember the Jesus and Santa Claus fight on South Park or whatever?
Which one was it? On South Park?
With Jesus and Santa Claus?
Yeah,
and
that was like episode 1.
What was it?
Where did Schnitzel go?
Oh, Schnitzel, she might have accidentally canceled herself for being too profane on Friday.
We didn't do it first.
But no, Jesus versus Santa was like episode 1 of South Park.
That was like season like 1997 or something.
Oh yeah, but just way back, but still good. I liked it.
One of my first dates ever as like an adult person was taking my date to go see South Park the movie.
That is such a great movie.
Did you try to sell her Kirby before or after the date?
Oh, this was before Kirby. I took her.
Oh, you are that old. Damn.
I'll tell you what, it was a date. We watched the final of the U.S. Women's Cup 1999 when USA won gold, and then we went to go to Universal Studios.
You were a lesbian?
No, I was trying to get in her
Don't
pants.
date anybody. He was in his 20s. He just knocked it out, baby.
Look how feminine I am. I'll watch women's soccer.
No,
And then I
you
took
are
her
gay.
to
Oh, fuck.
South Park afterwards.
Fundamental bullshit. There's no other way to say that. There's
Hell
none.
yeah. Oh.
Bitch.
I love the Simpsons movie with Spider Pig.
Spider.
You know what? I don't have to answer to you. You ain't my bitch.
Oh my God.
It's very soft and subtle that it's almost like he's saying the words.
Oh.
Who the fuck are you to put me on trial? I've never even met you.
See?
David, shut up.
Oh, Lauren posted like the most perfect Instagram story on her thing about what David Gingras does when he watches a Tilted Lawyer video.
Oh no.
You know
Was
he's
it
like
someone
over there hate
tapping?
jerking it to Omar's videos, man.
It was- oh, I don't think he's doing that. I think he's like,
No, I do. I do.
I think he takes notes. How to be a lawyer.
well, he should. At least he- Oh, see,
Volumes. and
no
volumes.
wonder knows what I'm talking about. She says, I miss Mia Hamm. Mia Hamm was the shit back in 1999, man. That whole Brandy Chastain, and they had like Hope Solo, I think, or was that before 99?
No, Hope Solo was recent.
I
No, she
barely
was a
remember this. Didn't he get
later-
kicked out of fucking Epcot for going around the world too drunk?
I've never been to Epcot, believe it or not.
Omar.
Never, ever, ever. I know it's a giant golf ball. That's about all I know about Epcot Center.
Office.
No,
Home
no.
I know
Yeah,
Disneyland on the West Coast. I don't know in Florida.
One of your contests are going to be the 50 boiled eggs. Who can eat the most?
Oh, that should be like okay, so we're gonna swim,
Swim,
we're gonna arm wrestle.
arm wrestle,
That was a dead giveaway.
possibly the boiled eggs. You know, you
Possibly the 50 boiled eggs. Who could it? No, I
You
can't.
didn't
do
need
that.
a second mortgage for eggs, then
I know we're gonna even the playing field here. We're gonna arm wrestle with foam fingers.
Yeah, there you go.
oh no, it's karaoke's the third thing.
Oh yeah.
Karaoke. I don't
Wait,
even care.
I
about
have an idea.
Yeah.
No,
You
no,
have to
we're doing
blindfold
that.
yourselves, tie your hands behind your backs, get a bowl full of cotton balls and a spoon in your mouth, and see who can spoon out all the cotton balls first.
That sounds so gay. Lauren's gonna win.
Well, we're both
Omar would
lesbians, so it should be
Omar
fine.
would win.
I think
It
I
would
did
be
that at like
you
a
could do
sixth grade
the
birthday party
karaoke
or
out with Donnie and Marie. I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll.
I'm a
Or
little
you
bit
can
gay.
suck it low.
Whoever the crowd hears the most.
I
Suck
don't
a
know that
little.
one.
Okay, we're going back to the 60s, 70s. Right?
He's totally going back. So I love Rob on the show, man. He gets all the old references.
It's
Well, thanks.
That was all I heard.
Hey Omar, I know what you had after your nut challenge.
What was my nut
Sorry, who
challenge?
said something
I know
about
what you
that?
had after it.
What I have after?
A burning ring of fire.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not. I did not. That was not the symptom that I had.
Johnny Cash.
It never even made it that far. Like I fell asleep next to the toilet because I wanted to throw up so bad, and I just never did.
So you shit your pants.
I didn't. No, nothing like it was
I don't
not what
believe
you
it.
expect.
No orifice was released.
It
No.
felt like my
There's no
belly
proof
was
that you
gonna.
didn't shit your pants.
It felt like I had. Dominic could attest to that. I got to get him back on the show. Now, it felt like there was lava in my belly, 100%. And I tried to go to sleep. I even tried to eat bread and stuff, and try to settle my. Nope. And then it just wasn't around 1 or 2 in the morning. I was like, you know what? I got to throw up, and it just never happened. I fell asleep on the bathroom floor like it was 1999. It was wild.
I haven't done that in like 5 or 6 years. Jesus.
Oh, it would have been about 25 years for me too. So
It's so cool, though, isn't it? That tile floor is so nice.
oh, it was not a pleasant. I'll never do the death nut challenge again. I won and all, but did I really? Because that shit really hurt. That hurt a lot.
Do a shot contest. Who can drink the most shots? That's
Oh, that's an irresponsible challenge. I
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I mean, we
anymore,
drive
bro.
you. We'll get you an Uber. You know.
Lauren is sober.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
Lauren is
I
sober.
would have won that contest though. Believe me, bro.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can do
that's
water
the
shots
problem.
and not tell him.
It would have been
Cool
miserable for
cider.
everybody, but I would have won that contest.
You guys still
Lots of
could do the
noodles.
cotton balls.
We'll do the cotton balls, or we could do the death nut challenge 3. How about that?
No.
2 of terror.
No, I haven't eaten nuts since college, bro.
But you have eaten nuts, is the point.
Yeah, she nutted.
They weren't that hot though.
Saggy, sad nuts.
Oh, see, that's what
they were
turned
virgin
in the
nuts.
first place. It was that's where you went wrong. You're not supposed to be eating the nuts. That's not the
Well,
good
he
part.
seemed to be okay with it, Omar. But all right.
Some people like that.
Some people do.
Yeah.
There's some people
Proclivity.
say
A proclivity.
everybody
Some
has their
people
own.
say,
type of
"Oh, it's
road.
too sensitive."
I should text that guy. How are your nuts, man?
Have they recovered?
Probably not.
Wait, are you writing his dad?
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm telling you right now, my dad will not turn Lauren down. He's a dirty old man. He just
I took your father's virginity, Omar.
I am your mother.
Oh. Holy shit! Do you know we've been going for 2 hours and 50 minutes? We got to wrap this shit up. What are we doing?
Well, we got to hit 3 o'clock.
Wrapping that shit up. What? You have kids. Obviously, you're not good at that.
I mean, I know. There's a little bit late on that one. I can't shove them back in there.
Okay, I gotta go though because I'm hungry and tired. So
Well, I think we all got to go because it's almost 8 o'clock over here.
I gotta go first. So see ya.
Hey, by the way, the soup bowls are not 11 and a half minutes, Lauren.
Okay, it looked like 11 and a half minutes. Do not even. Yeah, you know what? It looked like 11 and a half minutes because I smoked a whole bunch of marijuana before I tried to heat up that soup.
He blew up a whole bowl of soup because, like, microwave for 11 and a half minutes.
Oh my god.
Okay, well,
minute and a half.
Car sitting at the bottom of a bowl.
She didn't notice it was glowing when she
I
ate
knew
it.
something was wrong. I knew something was wrong, but I did it anyways because I was like, this is my brain on drugs, so I should just follow the instructions. And I was high. So I put it in the fucking microwave and I set it to 11 and a half minutes, and then 4 minutes later it exploded. So like, what do you want me to do? Like it happened. I'm moving on with my life.
To post it on Instagram. Hey, I just put the soup in for
That's it, a cook-off.
I like all of that happened in real time, dude. I swear.
Lauren, man. Lauren is too real, man. She's too real.
The lid was a little black, but I ate the soup.
Other than that,
It's all melted. I hope he didn't eat it afterwards. Jesus.
I did eat it.
You did.
Why? What do you
it's a little
expect?
crunchy.
Plastic in there, man.
You're getting cancer yesterday.
Man, it's
Oh
too
my
late
god!
now.
I've got pizza rolls I can eat now.
Well, I gotta go heat up some more soup.
Just
So
throw
I'll
some
see you.
ketchup on it. Oh no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I bought a bag of pizza rolls before I was told I had to go on my bland diet, and then I was like, "Oh shit! Now I can't eat them."
But now you
So they're
can.
sitting there, and now you
While
can.
you can. Take advantage while you can.
You know, they used
Yes.
to make little egg rolls, like the pizza rolls. And
Yeah.
you can find those anywhere, but those were awesome.
Oh, there's something called pizza logs.
Pizza
What in
roll.
the, that sounds
Where I grew up.
Okay.
They're
Pizza
like it's like the pizza dough on the outside, but it's crispy. It's thicker than the egg roll, like a little bit
okay.
thicker. And
Yeah.
then they shove a cheese stick down inside and pepperoni and a little bit of sauce, and then you get dipping sauce. They're
That sounds like
delicious.
you grew up in Cambodia.
I did.
We
That's what
had
I would
Can't you
expect.
tell?
You can drink petty water.
No,
We
they're so good.
when we were in a bowling league. They had what they called bambinos, and it was like a
That means baby.
it was like a crescent roll, or
Ding, 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 ding.
and they just wrapped cheese and pepperonis inside of this roll, and it was so good.
Mm.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah. Who invented the lettuce wrap? That took a lot of intelligence.
of fucking beef.
Probably men to make women eat to lose weight.
I do that. I don't look at anything with lettuce.
Maybe. I don't
But it
know.
has to be romaine lettuce. I can't do iceberg.
Have you guys ever seen those videos from like the 50s of
Yes.
like how a woman should behave and
Yes.
never
Yes.
undress in front of your husband and all that shit?
You know
Yeah.
what? Just let him be. If he's sitting there reading the newspaper, leave him alone. It'll be better for you.
The last thing he wants to hear is you bitch about your day.
Do not tell him about your problems. It'll upset him. Better to sit in the room and crochet him a sweater for his
In our brother, that's what we need, right? Good
And
sweater.
when he gets into the house, make sure you have a hot, ready sandwich ready for him.
Barefoot in the kitchen.
Lest you catch yourself a backhand that will be duly noted. and fully advised.
And you deserved it.
And you deserved it.
Like,
Do
it's
better.
like Omar's are living in the wrong country.
It's like
Have
Sean
you ever
Connery
been to
says,
other
sometimes you got to give them a little whack.
Did you ever live in another country?
Me? No, not me. I live well, unless you count Ohio was another country. No.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. It's
Ohio
not
is a different country.
You ever did a case overseas or anything?
No. International case? No, I haven't. My litigation career is
You are no Gingras. I'll tell you that.
no. I'll go hire him then. See how that works.
Right. Good luck. All right. At least he was worth his money. 0.
Getting paid under the table. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Literally, with
Literally.
one hand at a time. Or foot, whatever he's into.
Oh, gross.
It'd take 3 hours. But he gets his.
I don't know why JFC IG keeps posting pictures of her feet, but it's nasty.
I've
have
never
not
seen those, and if I have, I purposely scrolled over them because gross. What?
Because gross.
All right, folks, I got to wrap this up, man. It's getting so late. Hey, thank you all for hanging out for 3 hours on a Friday night.
Awesome.
And the year of our Lord.
My
May-
husband passed out at 7:30, so
Oh, well,
You'll wake him up later. Don't worry.
hopefully a long time. So
Just remember, we read that story last week, right? And with Anita, remember that?
Mhm,
She's like, "Can you really do that when you're not awake?"
with that accent too, you should totally do that with like the nun mask or something.
Wait, Rob, so
Yeah,
you're an actor?
Yes. Yes.
What, like stage acting, and you said movies, right?
TV
Just
and
movies, TV
Yeah.
movies. Nice.
Yeah, if you go into IMDb and look me up, you'd see all my stuff that I posted out there.
Yo, I'm totally doing that, man.
It's so much fun. I've done 3 of them here in Arizona, like The
Awesome.
Dutchman on Amazon Prime. That's out there.
Rob is
that's
great,
cool.
man. I love
But yeah, I
having
enjoy.
I feel like when
Pardon?
Rob is on the show, I feel like I'm so heard because he gets all my references. And like,
I enjoy trivia, and I enjoy you because you enjoy trivia, and you know stuff. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I know some things. I don't know all
One-liners,
things.
when you throw one-liners out, and I'm just laughing my ass off.
Hell yeah. See?
It's like,
See?
And we're like, what?
What?
What? Omar called me a dumbass.
Steve called me a dumbass.
Fundamental bullshit.
Who the fuck are you to put me on trial? I've never even met you.
See?
Yeah, I remember that girl.
That's what Laura's saying to Rachel Mitchell. Who the fuck are you to put me on trial? I've never even met you.
Hit it again, man. Hit it again.
Who the fuck are you to put me on trial? I've never even met you.
That is
Why don't you
Laura.
back the shit off?
Flipping the hair.
Does he look?
There's poor Rachel.
Oh, that's for gingerbread.
I don't know you. I'm my investigator.
Hey, did Lauren already book? Lauren already
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like 7 minutes ago.
How rude. What the fuck is that?
She said she was
7
tired
minutes
and
ago.
hungry.
Oh, all right. All right. I guess it's time to wrap up then. Anyway, hey, Brad, Rob, Schnitzel, I love you guys.
You forgot to thank Bruce.
Good times.
Thank you, Bruce, for playing with dragons for today's show. I guess we'll see you next
You're a
week.
modern day Khaleesi.
Modern day Khaleesi. He's a modern day.
Is
What's
it
the-
still worth watching that?
old version.
Game of
I
Thrones?
never watched it. Yeah, Game of
I
Thrones.
mean, the first 6 seasons. I
The
guess.
first 6 seasons are great.
Okay. I guess.
And
I-
just
I
imagine how the last season should have went.
They had a force end, so they did a shitty season so people didn't want it back.
It was so bad.
It was.
Oh, you could have just like
completely
defeated the
awful.
Snow King with a dagger. Wow. All that for nothing.
Hey,
All
yeah.
that for that.
Yeah.
It was so dumb. Anyway,
Here's a good one for Robin Williams. Oh, Titus. From his stand-up comedy routine, remember? Oh,
I
Titus.
don't remember that one, but
that's
yeah.
like late or early 80s, 81, 82.
It
Do you
was on
remember Eddie
Baldoni.
Murphy ice cream truck?
Yes. Yes, I
you got
do.
no ice
Hey,
cream.
you know,
'cause you're on the welfare.
Dad is great. He gives us chocolate cake.
Just don't watch the Bill Cosby one because that's going to also pop up on your Netflix if you look at
Laura will get pregnant if she watches that one.
Although, if you do watch the Bill Cosby one, he will straight up talk about Spanish Fly, and it'll be like, what in the fuck am I listening to?
Oh, geez.
He told on himself.
Eddie Murphy, hilarious. That was a great stand-up. Sam Kinison, God bless his soul.
It's such a crime that they died in 89 or 90.
He's like, Jesus' wife. What are you yelling at Jesus? What are you? You go out with 6 of your friends. You don't come back for 3 days.
I want them to bury me upside down so y'all can kiss my ass. Mr. Lord with the $10 with the donation to the cause. Thank you so much. But folks, I really do gotta cut this short. We have hit the 3 hours mark. We made it.
You did.
We made it. And made it with you all. And so I love you all.
Ding, 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 ding.
I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. If you get yourself into trouble, don't talk to the cops. Call me directly.
Yes. Lawyer up.
Lawyer up.
Lawyer up.
I will see you all on Monday. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.